It's showtime.
There it is, big bomb. There it is, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the Tweed Oil King podcast. Hosted by Dave Prance and Brad Brooks. It's all Oil Kings all the time. Live from the Super Den. Here's the boys.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Tweed Oil King podcast. I'm almost forgetting what number we're on, but I'm your host, Number 4. Super Dave, alongside, as always, my co-host, Brad Brooks. Brooksy, how's she going tonight?
Just finally coming down off that high from the weekend. Big weekend oil country for your Tweed Oil Kings.
Yeah, that was pretty intense, eh?
Well, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Woo! Well, I'm not going to lie, everybody. This is an excellent podcast tonight. I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl.
Big one.
Big one tonight. We've got Big Lou Crawford's coming on the show tonight. I'm super excited about having him on here. He's, of course, if you're from this area, you know who Lou is. You know who his family is. His family is a hockey icon in Belleville. Started with his father and, of course, his brothers and the whole 9 yards, right? So I can't be any more pumped about having him on here. He also, another big thing on his elite hockey stats page is assistant coach of the Tweed Oil Kings. Right? So that's a big deal to get him on here, right?
We were pretty lucky that he lended a hand there
Oh
last
my
year.
God. He just added something to the whole thing of gave it some credibility to the players so they could see a guy like Luke, because once you meet him, he's a pro, man. Once you meet him, it's unbelievable. His career is
Great guy.
Oh man, he's one of the best guys. Like, I don't know, he just epitomizes what I think all players that have played at a higher level, the way they act. I think he just epitomizes that, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I
Couldn't agree more.
And
always enjoy any chance to get to shoot the breeze with Lou and
pick his brain.
act.
Yeah.
Very classy man. And
So we're actually waiting for him to give us a call, and I'm sure there's a funny story behind it too. I had a hard time getting him lined up here for last week because he's extremely busy. His job right now, obviously, he's a pro scout for the Vancouver Canucks. He's been doing that for, oh my Lord, now I think, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, almost 7 years. 8 years. So
have few air miles, eh?
Yeah, it puts him all over the country, right? U.S. and Canada.
Where's he tonight? Toronto?
So tonight he's in Toronto. Yeah. But I don't know if he was going to Edmonton. I can't remember. You never know where he's going to be. So while we're waiting for him, I thought we're going to pump his tires when he's on the pod anyway, right? So, I mean, can't help it. That's what we do.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But to give you guys all a background so we don't make him get too bashful right off the bat, his career, I would say, how many years?
He's got one heck of a resume.
My God, his resume, I spent some time on Wikipedia. I knew a little bit about Louie anyway, but when I went on there, I was like, oh my God. There were some things I didn't know and some things I did know. And I put together a little clip, and I'm going to make a little stab at him, a little joke that I was trying to find my little clip that I made for him coming on the podcast, that I was going to put him a goal in there. And I searched the internet, man, Brooksy. I went deep.
He had two.
I almost went into the dark web.
Uh-oh.
No videos of Lou scoring, but lots of videos of Lou wrestling.
Mixing it up.
Mixing it up, yes. Yeah. A lot of good ones, too. I watched them all. But he did have a long career. It started off in the OHL, and then he played in the AHL for, I don't even know how many seasons that is. I think it almost works out to 20 years, basically, between coaching and playing. And then he had a stint in the NHL with the Boston Bruins for...
Yeah, Lou's a double-edged sword, super. Not many guys have, the professional playing career that Lou had.
No.
then to follow it up with the coaching career,
Yeah, and
the resume that he's got there.
yeah, it's crazy. And
There's no reason.
Championships. There's
Yeah.
at every level, and well, not the top one, but at as a coach too. Like, pretty impressive resume.
Winners just win.
Yeah, they win. That's what they do. And then and of course, he everybody knows that he was the coach of your Belleville Bulls when I think it was, what year was it? 99, I think. 98, 99. Can't remember.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
Yeah,
Super.
it's here somewhere. Anyway, so I, like I said, I don't want to get too bashful about it, but I mean,
Well, we can't see him blush through
No, we don't-
through a
I
telephone. I guess we can say whatever we want.
But it's funny, you know, when I meet, like, if I was to bump into like Arnold Schwarzenegger at Tom's Value Mart,
okay.
I would bump into him and I would say, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" You know, and I wouldn't. But when I meet, like, when I first met Louie, I was a little bit in awe. But when I meet, I don't know what it is, but when you meet a hockey player, and you know that, the first time I met Wendell Clark at the store one time in Belleville there at the truck lot, he came in.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm staring at him, right? And I'm like, oh, Jesus, I'm talking to this guy, and I'm thinking, I think this is Wendell Clark.
Yeah.
So we're talking, and he's a normal dude, you know.
Yeah, don't
and
forget,
then,
they're the same as you and I.
Yeah. So then I was like, went on for a while, and then we talked.
They were just really good at something.
Yeah, well, what he was doing, but what he was doing was going up to watch his young lad play up in Kingston.
Oh, yeah.
But he's always on our website or whatever, looking at the truck, say it Performance. And then finally, when we were done talking.
Well, why wouldn't he? Performance Auto.
There you go, right? There you go. When we're done talking, we're standing at the door, and I said, people must say you look like Wendell Clark a lot, eh? He goes, yeah, that's because I am him. I knew it, you know? But no, when you meet guys like that, and then, I got to get a picture.
So then you hid in his trunk.
Yeah. Followed him. I followed him all the way to Kings. I know where he lives now. No, but that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think it comes from, I had that dream like you had that dream. We all wanted to play in the NHL. We all wanted to win a Stanley Cup. So when we know guys that got to play in the big game.
Well, you know, we grew up watching it too, right? So you get to watch it on it was a big deal on Saturday night. Back in our day, there was 3 channels, 2, 6, and 11 in Tweed.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you
didn't have satellites, so Hockey Night in Canada was a big deal, and a lot of people would gather on a Saturday night, get together, and it was an outing.
Yeah.
You know, and they'd shut even though there's only one time. That's always the big joke I always have is only one time you get the women to pay attention to the hockey game. And that was in between the first period.
Oh, yeah.
They'd come running out of the kitchen or whatever they were doing, talking, drinking wine, you know, doing what the females do.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, and they'd come in to hear old Grapes talk.
Yeah.
Some we're missing, I think, in today's hockey. And, you know, I'm not saying I agreed with everything Don Cherry said, but
no.
I think in today's society, it's our choice whether, you know, we pick up what that person's saying and adopt it or just drive by it, right?
Well, it's cancel culture, right? So that's what you're into. But
yeah, it was neat having people with opinions, and
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Because if you're just one way all the way, then it's pretty boring.
You don't have to agree with every opinion.
No,
and that's if we were all the same, we'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So some of his career highlights would be 1981-82. He won CHL Memorial Cup champion. 82-83 AHL
Kitchener Rangers.
That was with Kitchener, in 81-82. 82-83 he won the AHL Calder Cup champion.
Rochester Americans.
And then in 1988-89 AHL Calder Cup champion again.
Yeah, that was Adirondack. Yeah.
So that would have been a good team, actually. I looked it up. There was some good players on that team, but I don't have it readily available.
Yeah, that's pretty nice resume for your playing career. 2 Calder Cups and a Memorial Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy's a bit of a winner, eh?
Yeah.
Then scroll down to the coaching stuff.
The coaching stuff is good too here. That transition. Oh. Right there.
Yeah.
So in 94. So basically, in a nutshell, 93, 94, he played for St. John's. and then the Brantford Smoke, and then the next year, that's when he made the transition to coaching.
Yep.
So 94, 95, he was an assistant coach for Belleville Bulls.
Yep.
95, 96, he was assistant coach. And then 97, 98, they gave him the reins, and he was the head coach. And then
For the next 3 years.
For the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And then so they won the championship, I believe, was 98, 99.
The Bulls won the Memorial Cup.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the next year they made it to, I think it was the second round, or I might be getting these years wrong, but whatever. And then he ended up going to the St. John's Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
So a team that he was playing for a few years back.
Yeah, 93, 94.
To becoming the head coach, right?
Not even
cool.
A decade removed from playing, and
No.
he's the head coach of the St. John's. And what did he do with St. John's?
I did well.
Yeah. I think there was a championship one there also.
Yeah. So he and then in 2013, that's when he became pro scout for the Vancouver Canucks, and that's where he's been to present. So
with a little stint last year as an assistant coach for
look at that,
your one and only Tweed Oil Kings.
2021-22 Tweed Oil Kings. That's awesome.
Yeah, we were playing above the rim to grab that guy.
Yeah. And I want to wait till we get him on the phone to talk about his impact that he had there. A lot of the players really enjoyed having him around and picking his brain, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lou always has time for you, and it's a lot like his son Corbin. I had a lot of fun with him this weekend.
Yeah, he was pretty happy. We're going to
great guy.
Well, Corbin, yeah, he's a good lad. We're gonna stick to the course though. We're gonna do we're gonna have the interview, and then we're gonna to recap the game up in Glengarry.
What a game it was!
Oh well, that's what we'll just touch on it right now a little bit. Just not the game so much, but the before and after.
Yeah,
the bus
if
trip.
My voice is coming in a little scratchy and crackly, that's the aftermath of Saturday night, and we'll recap the game. But we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, big time, and it was really good. Had a couple of tough games against a couple of tough teams, and then that was a tough team too. And then to smoke out the victory, right, was pretty awesome.
I don't want to.
No, we don't want
people that don't know the backstory. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Spill the beans before we give the recap.
Okay, let me just see. Okay. Oh, I think we're ready, buddy.
Okay.
We're just gonna dive right in. Let's get this turned up. Hopefully, tonight we'll have our phone situation figured out, man. And all I'm going to do is dial, and everything's going to be cool.
Super.
Right? Cross your fingers.
It's your world. I'm just living in it, super.
I'm just texting him here to see if he's ready to rock. Who do we got this weekend?
This weekend, South Grenville. 1 o'clock at the Tweed Arena. Should be a great hockey game. South Grenville's a good hockey team, and we're gonna have a lot of hockey players that we haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah,
Hunter Fargy.
Oh yeah,
Darren Doherty.
Oh,
Murray
nice.
Free.
Whoa, look out! The captain's back.
Yep, the captain's back. Yep. So should definitely be an interesting Saturday afternoon. So clear your calendar and get in there, folks. Water's nice and cold in there also.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna attempt to dial. Come on, baby.
Oh wow, here we go.
Here we go.
We should take a poll. We should take a poll.
Sweating. I'm so excited. It's ringing.
Hello, sir.
Is this Lou Crawford?
This is Lou. This is Lou.
Woo! Welcome to the podcast, Lou. We got you. Without a hitch, we finally got you.
Yeah, that's what it took today. Without a hitch, I'll tell you, it's been a rough day for Lou here, working for the Vancouver Canucks. But oh well.
Tell us about your day. We got Brooksy's here too. Say good day, Lou.
Hey, how you doing, Brooksy?
Hey, pretty good, Lou. Just wanted to thank you, partner, for taking your time out this evening to talk to us, buddy. But heard you had an interesting day.
Oh my gosh, it's been a goofy day, that's for sure. But yeah, I ended up having my road vehicle, nice little BMW, and I got her ready to go to Toronto to catch a flight out of Toronto to Edmonton, and I was just about coming into Toronto, and sure enough, the oil light comes on.
Oh
and
no.
I better pull over. I pulled over, and it was a big traffic jam. Long story short, 3 hours later, got a tow truck. The car is on a tow truck on its way back to Belleville. I'm in the hotel room, and I've got to get myself up early to go to watch the big Edmonton Oilers play the Vancouver Canucks tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, life of a pro scout, eh, Lou?
Yeah.
Never dull, eh, bud?
Few bumps in the
I'm
road.
telling you, I wish I had, the knowledge to get a book and write down every little thing that happened during the course. I'm telling you, I'd have a stack full of books.
Oh, you'd be a millionaire too if you put that to print. Those would be good stories.
I'd read it.
Oh yeah, they're definitely interesting. Yeah. So how are you boys doing?
Oh, if I was any better, Lou, I'd have to cancel my OHIP.
And
Wow,
I've got the papers all filled out too. After this last weekend, we're back, baby.
had quite a weekend with
Yeah.
your son there, Lou. We had a good bonding bus trip on the ride home after a 5-4 overtime win up in Glengarry.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I tell you, I know winning is makes everything go a lot easier. That is for sure. But just with that, there's always two sides of a coin, and you got to learn how to lose, gracefully before you learn how to win. So
Well said.
That's all part of it. I followed the game when I got back from. I can't even remember where I was, but I was watching a game somewhere, and then I came back and put the podcast on, or not the podcast, but the live feed.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see it. It really was. It was one of those, oh my God, here we go. Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah.
And
The boys showed some heart, Lou.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
That's right, buddy.
Did you see Corbin's big hit on the blue line or no?
I did. I saw that one.
That was awesome.
I saw him break a stick right when he took a shot there, and I heard something as he was skating to the bench.
Yeah, he may have said something and thrown the rest of it.
I think it was
stick.
hallelujah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. No, it was a fun trip too. It was good to get off on the road with them, and it was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's a brand new year. You got to do what's right and just enjoy what happened last year, and more importantly, learn from it. And then, hey, it's not going to be the same. If it was the same, it'd be like a copier, and you just put the sheet in that you want, and presto, there's what you get. But it doesn't work like that. There's all kinds of different variables. Yeah.
Well, you got a road traveled here. Before you came on, we were pumping your tires about your career, basically, and I did know quite a bit about you to begin with, and but then I Wikipedia'd the shit out of you today, and oh my God, goes deep, deep. A lot of
Pretty impressive resume there, partner.
Yeah, there's a lot of hockey, a lot of unique individuals, great teammates, odd teammates.
Yeah.
Great coaches, arsehole coaches.
Yeah.
But
you're not talking about you when you were coaching, are you? You're talking about coaching you.
Yeah. But it's just a lifetime of when you're a scout, I'll give you a little secret, not a little secret, but something that goes through my mind a lot when I'm scout, because you got some time all by yourself, whether you're traveling by plane, train, or automobile.
Yeah.
Your mind kind of wanders a little bit, and you think back to when you were a kid, and those days are gone. They're cherished. You wish you could have them back, but I wouldn't change them for all the money in the world. And more importantly, that's why I am doing what I do. I get paid to do a job that I love.
Yeah,
which
Right
is
on.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
scout players. And I all I want to do is have someone recognize that you have something to offer the game, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that gives me satisfaction. They can pay me, a nickel for every guy that we get, but it sure is nice getting paid,
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
paid
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the National Hockey League. But if truth be known, I do it for nothing because I just love to. I love the sport, and it's an appreciation, and that's what I try to do when.
Well, and
I,
you're involved in it still, right?
yeah,
You're at a high
yeah,
level. You're in the NHL. You're a scout for an NHL club, right? Like that. That's pretty
yeah,
awesome. But
it is. Yeah, yeah,
before I venture off and go into some other stuff, what
sure.
you just said something there that is there any couple of players that you've kind of scouted and then they've worked out good now because you've been doing this for quite a while. Was
Yeah,
there any early on that are like you picked them and they came to tuition?
yeah.
You wish
There's a few, and I don't know. I don't usually sit there and bonk my own
No,
my
no,
own horn.
no.
I never have, but
I'm
the
just
the
curious.
satisfaction. Yeah, no, there is a few, and
Yeah,
there's some guys that have went on and made millions of dollars.
right.
And if they even knew that I had some part in
Yeah,
them being able to sign that check for millions of dollars,
yeah,
You
that
change
it
someone's
doesn't
life.
yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me, but
yeah.
I just know I'm doing the right thing in trying to get them into a position where they can take advantage of the game of hockey.
Well, how long
And
you been a scout with Vancouver? Was it 8 years now,
that,
Lou?
it's 10 now, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
10.
10?
How
So
time
yeah, you're
flies.
doing something right, buddy.
Yeah.
There's a
Obviously,
decade.
there's obviously more good than bad. But is there a few that are like they were like Louie, what and were you looking at?
Yeah.
Have you had that
Oh
too?
yeah. There's hey, as I said, just like we started the podcast, there's
Yeah.
always two sides to the coin.
That's right.
There's some good ones, and there's the ones that we don't talk about a lot. Those are the ones that never worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bury those ones,
Yeah.
Lou? Under the rug. But
Yeah.
for those people that don't know you, Lou, that we're pretty lucky to have met you and told some stories with you.
Yeah.
Just for the listeners, where'd you start playing hockey, and maybe just your family background, and
Yeah.
from
Well,
from where you started your minor hockey to where you are now, buddy.
yeah, that's it's basically my whole life story. I love Belleville. My father talks about it when he was a part of the Belleville McFarland Senior A champion
sir.
Yeah,
world.
that's cool.
And he was kind of like me. He was bouncing around in the minors and never really got his shot to play in the National Hockey League. But he found an area in a community that he loved, and he wanted to raise a family, and he did a damn good job. He only my mom only popped out 9 kids, so
Wow.
that's a big family. And we grew up in the communities of baseball diamonds, football fields, track
Yeah.
and field, and more importantly, hockey. And we were always at the rink. We were always at the ball diamond. We were always out and about doing our thing. And that's how we came together as a family. That's how we communicated. Everything was around sport. And, there's other families that communicate another way, but that was our story.
Yeah.
And uh,
I can relate to that, buddy.
yeah, and I just basically fell in love with the game. I loved going down to the old Memorial Arena, and whether it was
Oh,
running
yeah,
around,
Yeah.
Great barn.
That's awesome.
yeah, pissing everybody off. Especially the rinkies going, sit down, Jesus, get off them chairs, or get out of that garbage can, or whatever. Put that stick down, whatever. And that was the life for us. And then when you're sitting around the table and my parents or my brothers and sisters are talking about, well, I hear you scored a goal, and I read that in the paper, and I said, well, geez, how come they don't talk about me much? Because I didn't score a lot, but
You had other
but I did
intangibles,
eventually.
Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did eventually have my name in the paper a little bit here and there. Lou Crawford scored for Dixie Lee House League, blah, blah, blah. So that kind of made me feel good. And I just wanted to do the best that I could. And thank God, hockey, I found a way because I couldn't skate a lick when I was a kid. and I was always on my ankles. And
What age did you start, Lou?
I started up real early, much like everybody else in our household. As soon as
Yeah.
we were able to walk, you'd get a pair of skates on, and they put it on in the living room, and they'd laugh and joke and watch you try.
You're going to be a Crawford, get them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then wintertime came. They put you out on the actual ice, and you get your bumps and broken noses and bloody noses and all the rest of that. But hockey was just like a religion for us. And once we started taking off, my brother Peter left to go play college hockey.
Okay.
Once he left, then we kind of, he's out of the house, so that means somebody gets his bed. And
yeah, musical bedrooms at that point.
And up in the pecking order.
Did we ever?
When everybody's leaving.
You betcha.
So was Peter the oldest?
Peter was the oldest, yeah.
Okay.
And he was a real good defenseman, real smart. He was small, but he was really smart. He's the kind of guy that would get your, 80 points a year just from making plays in the power play. He's very shifty. But back then they had big defensemen, and little guys really never made it. So he bounced around in the International Hockey League. He won a lot of championships down there, much like the Memorial Cup, but only for the International Hockey League. I think it's called the Turner Cup.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So he lives in Florida now. Michael, the best of us all, he was a really good hockey player.
He was the best player out of the whole bunch. That was going to be my question. Who was the elite hockey player?
He was the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the best. He was the most gifted skater. He could carry the puck from end to end. The only problem with Michael is he never took it serious at all.
Yeah.
He'd probably kick himself in the ass, but I used to watch him and I was amazed at how fast this guy could skate and how he could just dance through the neutral zones.
Is that right?
And just destroy with guys. Yeah.
So where does he fall in the 9 group? What age wise?
He's the second oldest boy. So it goes Susie.
Yeah.
She lives in Italy. So we got Susie, Peter, Michael, Bobby. Yeah, she is. Susie, Peter, Michael, Bobby, Mark, Louie, Todd, Danielle, and Eric. And that's what we got.
Wow.
So and then Bobby, he played in the National Hockey League. Mark played in the National Hockey League. I got a cup of coffee in the National Hockey League. And then Todd played. He played junior B. I think was the highest level that Todd got, but he went on to be a very good track star, and got his education paid for. He was an individual guy motivator for himself. And then Eric, he was an all Canadian in university hockey, and now he's so now he's the head scout there, director of pro scouting for the Montreal Canadiens. So,
fantastic. So with all that going on and everybody having all this success, were your parents were they there for everything, or were they scattered around? How did that work?
To be honest with you, I'm glad it happened the way it did, because in our era, because my mom would go to all the home games that she could down at the Memorial Arena. She had her own seat, and everybody knew that she sat there to watch her boys and all the rest of that stuff. And then she'd leave, but she never drove anybody to the games. She just couldn't. There was too many kids in the house.
Yeah, it would have been tough.
And Floyd, he was out trying to make a living to pay the bills to feed the kids, So I know it's a little cliche here, but they were great parents, and they showed absolutely zero favoritism for one or the other.
That would have been the main thing, right? Because
absolutely.
With that many kids, but with all that success of everybody, how do you maintain that?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that would have been tough to do.
Yeah, my mom is very quiet. She kept a lot inside. And my father, he had the Irish blood in him. He would get a little upset and talk a little bit and yell and scream.
I know what that's like.
Yeah.
I'm half Irish, half English.
Yeah, you'd have to duck every once in a while because something was coming towards you.
Yeah.
But I think that the best way to put it is that at at the Memorial Cup, Mark was playing for the Cornwall Royals,
Okay.
Right.
and I was competing with the Kitchener Rangers. So we were in the finals, both of us.
Okay,
And-
that's what I
Against each
wanted to
other.
ask you. Did you ever
Yeah.
have to play each other? So
Oh,
that
jeez, Lou.
come
I never
up
knew
then?
this story.
yeah,
Oh
we
my
played
God.
in Windsor, and someone came up to him and said something to the extent of, well, which son are you going to be
Oh,
cheering
geez.
for? Which one son do you hope wins? And he kind of looked at the guy, and if words could like be two fists going right through somebody's, that's what the guy got the message, and he just kind of withered away. But at the end, one of the reporters caught him and said, "Where are you going? I thought you'd be going down," because Mark won. They won the championship, and he goes, "I thought you'd be going down to see Mark," and he goes, "No, I'm going down to see Louie just to let him know he played well, and his time
Yeah.
will come next year, whatever." And so be it.
Yeah.
The crazy guy, he was right. We won the next year, so there you go.
You know what,
Wow,
Lou?
that's cool.
He
That's
sounds like a great
story.
man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing to do, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tough. I was pretty unique, and as I said, we were fortunate enough to have a good family. And if we were in today's day, gentlemen, I wouldn't be talking to you because we wouldn't have played. We can't afford to play the game. We would not have
no,
played
I
the
know,
game.
and that's another
You're right, Louie.
shitty
Yeah, yeah, and it's an expensive sport, and
It is, Lou. You know, with the price of minor hockey, and
Oh.
then you throw in the power skating, and it's something I
Yeah.
found, you know, and it's something you brought up earlier, Lou, that I loved was,
Yeah.
you know, you brought up baseball diamonds. You brought up,
yeah,
you know, hockey's almost to some people I know
Yeah.
turned into 12 months out of the year.
Yeah.
You know,
it
3.
is.
Yeah, you know, then I feel like playing ball and golfing and those
Yeah.
things too are just as healthy and just as good for the athlete.
Oh, absolutely. What it does, in my opinion, is it gets young minds trained to deal with different scenarios other than the same boring, dull routine.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
not robots,
and
right?
Yeah.
robots. And they say, well, how can I motivate myself if I know I'm only going to play 7 minutes a game, and Johnny gets to play 13 minutes a game, and he gets to
Goddamn
play at the
Johnny.
power play. Yeah, little Johnny.
Johnny, a little.
So they've gotta find different ways to shape their minds. And then the ones that get it are the ones that, kind of find a way around it. And with that all comes, training, and like you just got done saying, Brooksy, like it's 24 or 12 months a year. It's all 12 months a year hockey. It's
Yeah.
hockey schools,
Yeah.
hockey training.
Spring hockey,
It's
summer hockey.
Yeah, power skating,
That's right, buddy.
shooting, all the rest of it. I mean, give it
You need to
a
do
break.
other stuff. In the summer,
Give it
you
a
should be playing ball. You should be doing other shit. I
Yeah.
think. Totally.
Yeah, I agree.
I was never one for. Both my boys played
Yeah.
hockey. One liked it, one didn't. And then,
Yeah.
but in the summertime, they didn't play hockey.
Yeah.
We played ball and we golfed.
Yeah.
That's what we did. And I never even mentioned hockey until it rolled up
Yeah.
again, right? Because
Yep.
it's way better.
I think it gave, well, I know it gave me an appreciation for it because, as I said earlier when I started, I could barely skate. And I mean that. I could not skate a lick. I never started to learn how to skate until I was bantam age. And 2 years later, I was drafted into the Ontario Hockey League.
That's crazy.
But I didn't, like, they were just like, holy shit, why is he even coming out to play?
Yeah.
You know, he's
Get this
brutal.
Crawford, get
Like,
out of here.
He's got hurt.
Where's his brother? Where's one of his brothers?
Yeah.
There's 9 of them and sisters. Christ's sakes, get someone
Yeah.
else. I know exactly
Exactly.
what you mean, though.
Yeah.
I couldn't skate. I moved from England. I've told
Yeah.
this story before, but I moved from England, played Toronto,
Mhm.
and I went out on the ice, and I couldn't skate.
Yeah.
They put me in net.
Right.
That's what they did with me.
Yeah, there you go.
Natural progression.
Yeah. Start here, stand there,
Yeah.
let them hit you.
Yeah, that's funny.
What I wanted to do, like this was
Yeah.
what you just said about the money coming up. I have talked to this,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's a great
about to
point
put it into
Lou brought
process.
up.
I've always noticed that, like, I found it like we have we're not destitute, and I found it hard to do it all when the boys were coming up to like money and time and all that
Yeah.
stuff, right? But
You bet. Yeah.
so what I've planned, I talked to Rochelle a bit about this, and I got to go around the community and try to get some help with this, which I'm bringing up tonight, I guess, but it's in the
Okay.
works. I'd
Yeah.
like to get a couple of hours on a Saturday of ice and just have. I want to get some donations from people just to buy equipment and just buy some stuff and just
Oh,
throw
we
some
all have
kids
enough
out
laying
there.
around in our garages
Oh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
so I was thinking about having one of those things where you bring it in and you drop it off,
Yeah.
and I'll get it in a
Yeah.
big trailer, and then I want to try and organize, just go out there and just have kids just
Yeah.
skate around for crying
Like
out loud.
Shinny.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
they in the American, like I'm in the United States quite a bit, and when we
Mhm.
go to all these centers, part of their survival is having the next generation come up, and
That's
and
right.
they go to the extent of even getting them, new skates,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah.
that's going to an extreme. I mean, that costs an awful lot of money.
Yep.
The guy who you should talk to, who organized something similar to what you're talking about there, Dave,
Yep.
is Chris Rutledge. He did with Jonathan
Rut?
Chichu. Yeah, Rut.
Yeah.
The Rut did something for Jonathan Chichu when he played for the Belleville Bulls,
Yep.
and organized exactly what you're talking about. And I think he gathered it all up with donations, wrapped it all up, and threw it on a train or a plane and sent it up to Moose and E or
Wow,
wherever
that's
Moose
awesome.
Factory. Yeah, and
Well, that Rut,
that-
he's the ultimate
Oh, yeah.
professional, isn't he,
Oh,
Lou?
he is. That guy deserves to be in the Belleville Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
He
I
is-
agree.
I'll second that one.
Yeah. I
Oh
agree.
yeah, he's a fixture, and I don't know who started it. Maybe it was Johnny Desjardins who actually brought that to my attention, and I said, you know what? We got to get him in there. Because there's a guy who just
Unsung
loves
hero.
the game. Yep, he loves the game, and he's in it for the kids. He's in it for the
Yes.
they're kids when he gets them, and then they're all adults, and they all remember Rut
Yeah.
because
Yeah, he's awesome.
you can see that genuinely he cares about people having a good time. And
Mhm.
Well, he's
Gotta-
that thing, Lou, that
This
I
is to
grew.
Rut.
Yeah, that I grew up with watching my father and the older generation of guys play hockey.
Yeah.
They always had
Yeah.
that older gentleman in the room that everybody
that-
the Rut, that
Yeah.
was an absolute professional, take care of the
Yeah.
boys, and the boys love him. Like,
yeah,
and taking the kids in the dressing room, giving them
Yeah.
candy. Like he's
Yeah.
you couldn't have put it better, Lou. He's a good bridge
Yeah.
and a good gap between the players and the kids.
yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you
I'll,
a real quick story about that.
Yeah.
Is I talked about the Memorial Arena, and that's where I used to live. And in between the Memorial Arena on the west side of the building, there was a little laneway that you could barely fit a body through, but they had an emergency exit in case there was a fire. Well, good luck getting out of there. But anyways, so we'd have the secret knock, and that's where we thought our buddies were all the time to let us in the rink so we could get in the rink for free and watch these big guys skate, the Belleville
Oh, yeah.
Bobcats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Bobcats.
Yeah. So anyways, I knocked on the door because I thought my buddy was there, and who opens the door? It's Rut. Rut goes, "What do you want, Crawford?" And I said, nothing. And he goes, "You want in, don't you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, get to going." He said, "Just a minute, though." So he brought me into the room there, and he said, "Have you ever been in this room?" And I said, "No." And I looked around. I said, "Holy jeez, look at this. This is beautiful. Look at all their gears hung up and
Just an eye. Eh?
skates."
Yeah.
And then I'm walking out, and I go, "Oh boy, look at all that juicy fruit and spearmint." And he knew it. Rut knew it, and he goes, "Here, you want some?" And I said, "Yeah." So I grabbed a couple pieces, and I chewed my face off, watched the hockey game, went back home. I came back the next Saturday, did the same thing. And he opened up the door, and he said, "Hey," I made a right to go into the room. And he goes, hey, wait a minute, Crawford." He said, "That was special. That was, you got a once in a lifetime. You got a pack of juicy fruit. Now get the hell up and go watch the game. No more juicy fruit."
That's awesome.
Lou, that's hilarious because
Yeah.
he sort of did the same thing with my young lad last year at the rink in
Yeah.
Tweed.
Yeah.
He knows my wife from growing up in Belleville, and
Okay. Yeah.
As soon as he found out, he drug the young lad in and filled him full of treats. And
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know how many young men have a rut story like that.
Oh, I'm sure there's a few.
Oh yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. Like it's similar. Like he's a gem. He's a hidden gem that a lot of people who are from the outside don't know anything about. The inner people know what he's all about.
Yeah.
Like, truth be known,
So
last
true.
year, truth be known, my unsung hero for the entire Oil King team was Rut. And I don't need to go, with the bomb bombs and big bang and go up and have fireworks for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that.
No.
Yeah.
But he's the guy. He brought that team together. He knows, the different personalities, and God knows there was a few extra,
Yeah.
personalities in that room, and
Yeah.
he observes people, and I do want to get him into the Belleville Hockey.
Well, we'll work on that. Then.
Hey, I'd definitely help you in that respect,
me
Lou.
too. So I'll reach out to him because all I done so far was send a letter to Canadian Tire, and Sport Check. So they got to start somewhere. You never know; they might give us something. But I'll reach out to him on the weekend. That's great.
Good.
So moving forward a little bit.
Yeah.
It's at the Crawford homestead. It's 1980.
Well,
guess what? Lou's room just came up.
Well,
yeah.
We're at the point in the story where Lou has just gotten over the defeat of his brother, taking the Memorial Cup, and then won it the next year.
Yeah.
And then from there, Lou, where'd hockey take you?
It took me into pro. I was 19 years old, and I had heard I was going to get drafted, and that didn't happen because my coach at the time in junior, he said, "Here, sign this piece of paper, and it'll give you a tryout with the Buffalo Sabres." And I said, "Well, isn't that the team that was going to draft me?" And they said, "Well, yeah, but if you get this," so I was gullible and I signed it. And so they didn't have to waste a draft pick on me. That's the story I'm telling everybody.
Okay. Because it says you're undrafted.
Yeah. So that's so I went as a free. Yeah, I went as a free agent. Mike Keenan was the coach in Rochester.
Iron Mike.
Yeah, Iron Mike. He was. I'm telling you, I've been blessed with some very unique coaches, and not only because of the success that I had being a team member on different, but these guys
two
were
Calder Cups.
School. Yes, old school, and you wanted. It was like your father was talking to you. You wanted to please him the best you could, and you did everything in your part, and let the other guy play the chess pieces, which were the goal scorers and the best defensemen to shut people down. Like you just let them. You let the coaches put you on the ice, you know what I mean? But you did your job.
Yeah. You played your role.
So I went with Buffalo and signed there, and we went to we won the Calder Cup the first year. Second year we lost the Calder Cup in the finals, and then the third year we made playoffs, but we didn't do well. So then so then I went to with Edmonton's farm team.
So that's how you ended up in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, I'm an Oilers freak, Lou. I didn't know that you were part of the AHL squad, Nova Scotia Oilers.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was 3 years, I went and signed an American League contract. I'm 23 years old. I'm married 1 year to Sherry. And I'm saying, follow me. I know where I'm going. I'm going to be a big hockey star.
So that's okay. I wanted to find that out too. You just brought it up.
What a great lady.
We're obviously going to ask you about your family, but you just brought it up.
Yeah.
Sherry, that's when you got married? Like what year?
Yeah, we got married. Yeah, we got married in 1984.
Okay.
So I had 1 year as a pro, and that we were married, and then I never got re-extended.
Got a convertible IROC Z, got the lady.
There you go.
Boom, baby. What's up?
Yeah, the T bars.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Sherry's awesome, by the way, everybody.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, she's good. She loves hockey.
Yeah.
I love seeing her at the rink. Can't help but smile when you run into her. And great supporter of the Oil Kings.
Yeah, she loves the Oil Kings. She loves the whole philosophy behind why it's even there. She really does. And
That's
All
good.
right.
hopefully, we'll be able to talk about that by the end of our conversation.
Yeah, we'll
but
get there. We'll blow
Yeah.
through this fast then.
Okay, yeah. So then, I went to the Oilers. Then I went to the Detroit Red Wings, and then I went to Boston Bruins and the Maine Mariners, and then I went to Milwaukee.
Okay, pump the brakes for 1 second there. Louie.
Yeah.
It just blows through
it
an
just
NHL
goes through,
career.
I played in the
Cup of coffee and
NHL, a couple games. My question to you would be, when you found out that you were going to play for the Bruins in your first NHL game, I imagine you were obviously super stoked, really excited. When you found out, who did you call first, or who did you tell first?
Well, it was obvious. Well, it's probably what most people do, and especially coming from a working class family. I called my dad right away.
Yes,
my
sir.
dad,
I knew you.
And Floyd, and he just said, "Well, give him hell," and hung up the phone.
Mom's got supper ready.
Yeah.
Bye, Lou.
And that was it. Yeah, that was it. So he never really, as I say, I think what he taught me back then was don't rest on your laurels. Or
keep
so
working
what,
hard.
you made it.
Yeah.
So what, you made it.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go to work. So, but it was
great advice.
exciting.
What was it like when you went in the room with who was on that team the first time? Was Cam Neely on that team, or those guys?
Yeah,
Was that the year?
Yeah, Cam was. I sat right next to Cam
Oh,
for
Jesus.
that. Well, he held my coffee, and then he said, "Okay, I think it's done. It's time for you to go." No, but and then my roommate when we were on the road was Ray Bork, so that was pretty
Shut your
cool.
mouth. Ray Bork.
Yeah, and I thought it was just because Crawford, Bork, and then you go ABC, and then the next is
The
Crawford.
alphabet. I'm with him because the alphabet.
Yeah. So, but I found out it wasn't. He just wanted to keep an eye on me. But
Oh yeah.
anyways, and there were some pretty big names there, and it was like it never really hit me till later that Harry Sinden came up to me and told me,
GM
"Hey,
of the
Lou."
Bruins.
Yeah, he was a GM at the time, and he came up and he says, "Your father." He said, "I played with him, eh?" And
What?
I said, "No, I didn't." Yeah, I said, "No, I didn't." And he goes, "Well, I played against him too." And he said, "You're just like your father. You're crazy tough." And that's why he says, "That's go get yourself a new suit and tie, because you're starting opening lineup at Garden." And it never really hit me right at the time, but
That'd be awesome.
it did later.
Yeah, the
Boston.
magnitude of it, just sort of, young, right? Too, probably just
Yeah.
Original 6 to Boston Bruins.
Jesus.
Wow,
Yeah.
every hair must have been standing up, Lou.
Yeah, it was, and I never slept for 3 days, but it was real good. I wish there was only one thing I wish I would have done a little differently now that it's all over.
Okay.
Is just sit back and realize the position that I was in.
Look around the room.
Just look around and just kind of say, okay, let's focus in on what I have to do here. And I might be able to stay a couple of years, but I was just too excited and couldn't hold that energy.
Oh, wow.
But I wouldn't change it for anything,
No.
because I wouldn't be here sitting talking to you guys today.
No, exactly.
Well, I know people that would give body
$6
parts to
in my
have.
right nut to be able to go up there and do that. Kidding me? Jeez.
I might give the right and left.
Yeah.
So you find out you're out of there and you're down to Maine. Disappointed?
Yeah. A little bit, a little bit disappointed. And the story on it was that we were playing in Boston. I can't remember who we were playing, but I do remember Gary Galley and myself were going to hit a guy.
Defenseman Gary Galley, yep.
Yeah, Gary Galley. And we went to hit, and I got the tail end of it, and I busted my cheekbone.
Oh, Jesus.
And I got knocked out, and I said, and then it's on Rock'em Sock'em Hockey, believe it or not.
I got them all right there, right behind Brooksy's
well,
head.
I don't know which one it is.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Don Cherry says, "Oh my God, that one's gotta hurt." And he was,
No shit, Don.
I busted my cheekbone. my eye was red for about 3 months.
Oh my God.
I remember going to the hospital after the game. I played a couple more shifts, and I said, I can't see. I don't know what the hell's going on. So they brought me to the hospital, and I got out. They took a little, whatever they had to do, and then I got done, and then went to the hotel, stayed the night, and came back to practice. And 3 days later, I was put on a bus and brought back down to Maine. That wouldn't happen nowadays, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
But anyways, long story short, yeah, it was. I enjoyed playing in the American Hockey League because I felt confident in that league, and there was a lot of guys that were really trying to prove themselves. So it made you a better player.
Yeah.
And in the National Hockey League, I'm sure you guys notice it. It's more like the passes in the National Hockey League are crisp and they're on the tape.
Yeah.
And when you go to the American Hockey League, there's a lot of whistles and passes aren't as crisp, and then it goes down. Yeah. So, but the National Hockey League, the game is like, I don't know. To me, it's just too much tic-tac-toe. Whereas the American Hockey League is more genuine and it's good quality raw hockey.
Yeah, a little more small ball.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So
Lou, question I got for you is Maine Mariners. Is that when you maybe ran into a young Steve Bancroft?
Oh yes, Steve, the banger. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know the exact how he got traded here or whatever, because I think he played for 47 teams or something like that.
Yeah, he had a few. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, he had a great career, and it's too bad that he got hurt. I mean, because he should have been in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
And because he was a very smart, gifted player.
First rounder.
First rounder.
Yeah. So we kind of hit it off when because he was from Madoc and in Maine.
Boy.
Yeah.
He would have been playing for the Bulls when you were in your stint with the Bruins, 89.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
88, 89.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was good, and we become good friends. And we both went our separate ways. And he's a very successful real estate agent. He's got a good family. Got a young boy who's going on to play.
Dalton's
school.
Yeah. He's a hell of a golfer too.
Yeah, he can stroke her, boy. Yeah, he played in a golf tournament with their juvenile. We had a reunion for the juvenile team we had in Tweed that won it all, Lou. And Dalton come out, and he beat Kirby Tebow in the long drive. He poked it well over 300.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was going to say 314. So not only can he hit a hockey puck.
Yeah. The ball as well. You bet.
Yeah, that's someone I was talking to, a friend of yours out this Tweed way, has said just wanted me to spur your memory about the Tweed Social Club when you were playing down there. If you remember anything about that.
The Tweed Social Club.
Yeah. Maybe our GM Johnny Desjardins. Said he had come down to watch Steve Bancroft and yourself, and only 4 of the social club ended up making it to the rink. Mike Watt, Brian May, Willis.
Well, that was one of the best trips that I've ever been on, and I never even went on the trip.
That's what Johnny said to me.
So they wanted to, I said, well, I'm at a house here and it's empty, and why don't they come stay here at my place? And so
Jesus,
that was great. So we got a phone call from telephone booth, and there was a couple of guys who'd been, they must have been drinking the whole way, but we finally, we got a hold of them, and we made it back to the house, and it was pop. That was the first bottle cap. And I'll say we drank for a week straight. And I can tell the story now because it's over, but
we're not playing.
I remember going to practice, the very first practice drunk. I was drunk. And the scary part was that my coach called me over and said, "Who are those guys up in the corner in the rink?
That's my entourage.
Yeah,
It's a social
they're all.
club.
Do they know that they don't have to sit side by side? They got the whole rink to themselves." And the coach, he knew that I was feeling a little funny because I told him, they were in and we had a couple beers last night. And so he called me in, or we went home and after a pregame skate, and then he called me in before the game, and he said, "Lou," he said, "you're not going to believe this, but you're going to Boston." I said, "What?" He says,
yeah.
I said, "Who needs a ride?" And he goes, "No, you're playing. They want you to play tonight."
Oh,
I said,
no.
"You've got
Yeah.
to be kidding me." Yeah, "You've got to be kidding me." He goes, "No, I'm not kidding." So that was a great trip for those guys to come up, and we had a great time. And
GM Johnny
That's
says it
awesome.
ranks probably about number 1 on his list all-time trips.
it
He
was
said it
just-
was a riot.
Yeah, it was nonstop, just comedy.
London Byers, Dave
Oh,
Reed.
Yeah, Lyndon Byers,
Lyndon, yeah.
another guy, Harvey. Yeah, but long story short, it was just, we can't talk about it too much on the air.
Yeah. Maybe that's for the after hours, partner?
That is for the after hours.
There you
I'm
go.
telling you, it was a memorable, and
That was
the
in
whole. That was in Portland, Maine.
Oh, in
Yeah.
Portland? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portland, Maine. Yeah.
Some people go to Florida for a week in the winter. Some people go to Portland,
Yeah.
Maine, I guess.
Well, by
Yeah.
the sounds, it was one not to forget.
So we're about to switch to,
Yep.
then you end up in St. John's, right?
Yeah.
And that's
St. John's.
that's a small stint there? Or how
You
long?
mean just
As
as
a
a player?
Yeah.
As a player. Yeah, it was. I was done hockey. I turned
Okay.
down. I had 2 years. I had a 2-year contract, and after the first year, I just said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm done riding buses. I'm done fighting guys. I'm done."
Yeah,
I
You
just
knew it was time.
Yeah, it's
Bailey.
time.
So I called the general manager and I said, I don't think I'm going to come next year, but can you still pay me? And he laughed at me. He goes, the only way you're getting paid is if you come to a training camp. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going to be coming to training camp. So that was it. And then I kind of lost for a little bit, 3 months. And then I went and played. Somebody got me out of storage and took
Yeah.
me to Brantford.
Yeah.
And when I was in Brantford, it was just weekends. And then
okay.
I didn't know they were affiliated with the St. John's Maple Leafs, who the coach of that team was Mark Crawford and Joel Quenneville.
Oh,
So
look
they
at
were-
that, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, there's
So
two good names.
they were hurt. Yeah, they were hurting for some bodies. So they called me and said, "Hey, Lou, do you want to make $1,000 a game?"
You sure?
And I said, "Well, depends. Where?" And he goes, "Well, St. John's." And I said, "Well, I could use a break. Maybe, yeah, I'll fly up." So I went up there and I played 3 games. And they said, "Jesus, what? How'd you like? We'd like to sign you to a contract." And I said, "No, I don't think so." I said, I'm done. I love Newfoundland, but I'm getting back home, back to Sherry and Corbin at the time, and
Yeah.
try to
So
figure
Corbin
out.
was born
That's
at that point.
That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you before we make the transition over to your coaching career
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
your kids.
Yep.
Corbin was born when you were a player?
Yeah, Corbin was born in 1989, so he was
Okay.
born my first year in Boston.
In Boston? Okay.
That was good. Yeah, that
That's
was
cool.
good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, so how did you make this must have been, well, a little bit of pressure, not a whole lot of pressure, I guess, maybe,
Yeah.
but making that
Yeah.
transition from player to coach, and it
Yeah.
turns out that it's in your friggin' hometown for the Bulls.
Well, yeah. Well, if you ask Sherry, she'll probably tell you a different story. Because
I
guess
gotta hear
well,
Sherry's
yeah,
version.
we'll ask her on the weekend then.
Because I guess I was a mess. I didn't know what I was going to do. And she kind of grabbed me by the throat and said, "You smarten up." And so for whatever reason, I was talking to my father, and
Yep.
I didn't know what the hell, what am I going to do? All I know is hockey.
Life after hockey.
Yeah.
He
with
goes,
Lou.
why don't you stop in and see Mav? And I said, "See Mav?
Mary Mav.
What for?" Yeah, he says, Lou, you've learned from a lot of great coaches, and you've played in hockey, and people respect you. Blah blah blah. You've got something to offer the game. Why don't you see if he's got an opening or you can help out? So I drove by the rink. I don't know how many times. I just kept driving. Sometimes I'd speed up and go, I'm not going to do it. And then finally I stopped in. I'm glad I did. And he said, yeah, come on in. And the rest is history. Got into coaching,
Wow.
assistant coaching. I learned,
Unbelievable.
yeah. And then I got into coaching, and then it was time for Mav to leave to Kingston. So
Right.
I took over for Belleville, and we had 3 very good years of
Yeah.
success. Yeah, and
Was
we
Spez in
stockpiled.
town then? Like who were
Who-
who were the big studs in Belleville then, Lou?
Randy Rowe,
Uh,
Chichu, yeah. Those
yeah,
guys on those
Chichu,
teams. Yeah.
Papanov.
Branislav Meze, Branko Radovojvic.
Oh
We
yeah.
had, yeah, these are and there's other guys that went on to play in the National Hockey League, and Justin Papineau, and
Yep.
but there was really good Randy Rowe,
Yep.
Ryan Reddy, but there was really good junior players, much like Belleville had before I got there. There's always guys that had a great career in junior, and we surrounded ourselves with guys, not necessarily the flashiest hockey player that we knew was going to play in the National Hockey League.
Mm-hmm.
We grabbed guys that we knew we could hold on to for 3 years. Yeah, hold on to them for 3 years and make them better and give them that opportunity.
Bring them up through the ranks. Yeah.
Yeah, to possibly, earn a living from the game of hockey, and a lot of them did from that team.
Holy shit. Hang on one second. I just realized something. It went over my head for a minute, but so 94, 95, when you went in and got the job for the assistant coach, how old were you, Lou?
Jesus, I don't know. Sherry will tell you. I think she said I was 4. I was very immature.
I was just thinking there. It was something you said was,
yeah.
I think you can attribute a lot to where you are today to that, your father.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. Without him, I think I'd be,
working at Wendy's flipping burgers or something.
Yeah, there you go. Not that that's not a bad job.
No, but I'd rather coach. I'd rather be a scout flying around, breaking down on highways. But yeah, each to his own.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's
like you couldn't see me today. Oh, yeah.
So how did you go from assistant coach to head coach? How did that happen? How did that come about?
Well, God rest his soul, Dr. Vaughn in Belleville. He sat down with Mav and myself and said that next year Lou's going to take over, and we want him to take this team to the next level. And Mav was on board for it at the time. And then, just like any other, it's human instinct and to say, when the time comes, it's like, no, I don't want to. I want to be a player. So he went and got another job with Kingston. So
I remember
that was kind of talked about the year before, and that's when I said to myself, okay, I've got full reins of this team, and
my team.
I enjoy. I got to learn how to work with other people and let them do what they need to do in order for us to become one and win and accomplish. And so that was a grooming period, and we had success. Our draft was really good. Our scouts did an excellent job in getting players. We let them do their job. We didn't intervene and say, no, I want this guy because he's got 97 goals, and I want this guy because he's got 457.
You need those scouts. Got to have those scouts.
We let the scouts do their job. They're the ones that are out there. We're not the ones that are out there.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
So that was a good winning formula, and more importantly, one that you could restock the shelves, and so that if I was to leave, I wouldn't be leaving the cupboards bare. That was my goal when I started, and that's what we did when it was all over. So
and then you went to St. John's.
Yeah. So then I went to St. John's, and that was good. I signed a 2-year contract, and Sherry, she was able to move with the government of Canada, so she was able to move,
Oh, cool.
and so she could still work in Canada, and we had
Awesome.
Logan. Yeah, we had Logan, and he loved it. He was just a little fella.
He's an
That's the
OPP officer, correct, Lou?
He's an
Yeah,
OPP officer, you bet.
All right,
Yeah.
Officer
Logan.
Crawford.
Yeah, he's up in Tilsonburg, so
My back
That's
still
cool.
aches when I hear that word.
yeah.
When
Yeah,
you
that's right.
when you took the head coach of the Belleville that year, you fell short, right? And then you won the championship the year after.
That's right. Yeah.
And
First-
so when you fell short the first time,
Yep.
and you had a good team, right? At that point.
You did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, and you had the
we a
next
brilliant
year
team.
coming in. There must have been a lot. Did you feel a lot more pressure that it had to be done? This was the year to do it, or no?
No. It was
Because you always had
ironically, it wasn't that type of
Situation.
feeling or
Okay.
pressure.
Yeah.
It was just we knew we had a good team, and we just needed a couple of breaks here and there because sometimes,
You're
as
right.
you are
A bounce
well
here.
aware of, the officiating's a little. I'm not allowed to say it, but
Yeah.
the officiating, sometimes gets steered one way or the other, or influenced one way or the other.
Yes, sir.
And it really they can change the course of a series, let alone a game. So we had learned from the first year what we did wrong and what we could have done a little better, and we took that to the next level where we made some trades where we knew that it was going to come into play for the people that we had to knock out
Yeah.
of the playoffs, which
Mhm.
was the heavily favored Ottawa
67.
67s.
67s, that we
Killer
knocked them out. Yeah, we knocked them out in the first round. The only good thing for Ottawa out of that was that they got 6 weeks of nursery time.
Yeah, they were hosted,
all their
weren't they?
injuries. They were hurting. Like, it was a
Hmm.
very rough series, and there was a lot of injuries, but they had time to mend their broken arms or their broken fingers or sore shoulders or whatever the case may be. And it came back to bite us in the Memorial Cup when we finally made it. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they were hosting that year, correct, Lou?
that is correct.
Yeah,
So
so-
otherwise, they would have been out.
Yeah,
But-
they wouldn't even got to sniff at you again.
Yeah.
I remember a young man in Tweed, and then the crowds in Belleville at
Oh my
those.
God, they were packed. I
Wow.
remember going there.
Yeah, it was fun
Oh,
time of hockey in Belleville.
I was 16, I think. No.
It really was. They jumped on board. They jumped on board, and not that they weren't jumped on board, but they, as I said, I'll reflect back to what I said about maybe 5 minutes ago. We drafted players that we knew we would have for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So we wanted them to identify with them growing. They can, instead of going, oh, where did Randy Rowe go? Oh, he got traded. Oh, where did he go? Oh, so they just get used to a guy and then he's gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't want that. We wanted, and
Smart.
again, Floyd had told me a little, the secrets of that, and similar to what they did when they were with the McFarlands back in 1958 and 59. They brought in guys.
Allen Cup champions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good to steal a page out of their book.
Well, you had a great mentor by the sounds of things.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, he was one in a million.
Yeah.
There we
you
go.
Got some pretty good pedigree. Is that what the word is? Or put out in
Yeah.
the world?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm adopted though.
Yeah. I wish he would have adopted me,
Yeah.
old Floyd. Maybe I would have been
Yeah,
playing for the
right.
Yankees or something.
Yeah. Right.
We've done something with you, Dave.
Yeah, well, yeah. So in St. John's, you coached there, what, 3 years?
3 years. Yeah.
3
I
years.
signed the-
Ponikarovsky, Antropov. Who else was on there? Bunch of talented players, eh?
Yeah, there was a lot of American Hockey League guys that were stuck in the American Hockey League because
Oh, yeah.
Toronto
Okay,
was
yep.
loaded.
Yeah.
They were loaded. They have guys like Nathan Dempsey. Matter of fact, DJ Smith was there, the guy that's coaching Ottawa Senators right now.
Oh, okay.
DJ.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I had him for 3 years, and I'm happy for him
Yeah.
that he is where he is, because he was a student of the game. He was always the guy going,
You
"Why am I
knew.
doing this? Why am I doing that?"
So you knew he was going to be head coach material, Lou?
Oh yeah, no, did I? No, I did not. I did not.
You didn't scout that out on him?
Yeah, Yeah. He was a yapper.
Yeah.
And now
So-
we're here. Yeah.
Your 2 Calder Cups as a playing professional,
Mhm.
did that help make things easier when you went to St. John's?
You mean like when we won those championships?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't hurt, that's for sure, to have that on your resume.
Mhm.
And even the new general managers here in Vancouver, they do their research, and they know. They say, "Holy shit, 5 championships, eh?"
That's right.
And they say, "Oh yeah, and you lost 2 in the finals." Like they know their things, and it definitely helps you, because it helps you, go through a season, because there's ups and downs, as
Yeah.
you're very well aware of.
Right.
That there's no 2 seasons that are the same.
And the
And-
AHL is the same as the NHL. It's an 82 game season, correct, Lou?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they say it's tougher to win that one than the Stanley Cup, but who knows? I don't know. All I know is I enjoyed playing and winning those. I remember them like it was yesterday, and I hope I will remember them till my dying days.
That's
And
awesome.
I hope I don't get the old Alzheimer's where I say, was I playing badminton or
Checkers.
Well, that's-
you were Bobby Fischer.
Well, that's something,
You're
Lou.
a
I'm a
chess
firm
champion.
believer in life that, no matter what happens to us,
Yeah.
as long as we leave impacts on people, and I believe there's a lot of people probably that'll tell your story, even if you did
Oh, yeah.
get Alzheimer's and couldn't remember.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of it here on
You know.
tape, so we'll come to you and we'll play it back for you, Lou.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So you're out. You're a scout now. How
Yeah.
was that? What was that a transition like for you?
Well,
Whole
when
new world.
yeah, I'll tell you real quickly that when I was done in Toronto with the Maple Leafs, and they weren't going to renew me, I had said to myself and to Sherry that if this is what hockey's all about at the pro level, I want nothing to do with it. I'm done.
Is that
So
right?
I kind of went and hemmed and hawed and kind of looked around and said, what am I going to do? And so I'm back at that same stage where I was talking to Floyd, sort of thing. And
There's a 10-year stretch here, right?
yeah. So again, who do I go to? I talked to Sherry, obviously, but
Well, yeah.
Floyd said, well, what do you like to? I said, I like to work with my hands. And he goes, well, why don't you use some connections? So I called a guy by the name of John Port, and John Port owned Tall Trees along with his brother Arnold.
Oh, yeah. I know that, bud.
Yeah, and Thornton Port, and they're big hockey people, and they Sean Brown, they used to billet him when he was with the Bulls. He had a good NHL career, tough kid.
Mhm.
But anyway, so I asked him for a job, and I felt really stupid asking, like, I don't know what to do, but do you
gotta do
need
something.
somebody? Yeah, do you need anybody to kind of push a broom around a little bit? And he looked at me, he said, are you serious? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, why aren't you going back into hockey? And I said, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, sure, I'll give you a job. So I worked there for about 3-4 years, and then moved on to another place called a Superior Propane, where I love working with my hands, and I got to learn the trade of dealing with propane. And
Yeah.
and again, it's just like the values that you learn in life. You're dealing with totally different people who don't understand what hockey's all about, so you got to change your whole mindset. You gotta
This is what I do now.
talking.
I better figure out how to do it and do it the best I can do it.
So now I'm talking about, propane cylinders, and I'm talking about copper wire, and I'm talking about trucks. And
Yeah.
so, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they enjoyed me when I worked there as well, because I do talk to them quite regularly when
They're
I see
calling
them.
you for advice, eh?
Yeah.
You probably learned so much when you were there. Why do we do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. Call Lou. He's
Yeah.
probably driving around somewhere.
Yeah. But anyways, and then I finally got a phone call from someone, and
Yeah.
they said, "Hey, you want a job back in hockey?" And I said, "You bet."
Help
I said,
me.
"This working for a living sucks."
Yeah. That's
No, but
awesome.
so I jumped at the opportunity, and I was away from the game enough to appreciate what I missed,
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and so that's why I'm working a little extra hard just to keep
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 it.
it going. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's
yeah,
awesome. And you've had, is this, would this be called, you've been with them for 10 years, is that right?
yeah.
Vancouver?
Uh,
Is this success for a scout, or do they usually stay put
well,
as long as they do well?
yeah. Some pro scouts
Mhm.
move around, like checker pieces,
Yeah.
and some stay for long times. There's But in today's age, with all the activity of guys getting hired and fired, the general managers that get hired and fired, or fired and hired, they like to keep their own people, and they, move around. So they'll make a phone call and,
Isn't that true,
when's
Lou?
Yeah.
when's your
The da-
contract up?
yeah, the days of a
And
Lindy Ruff, or
yeah,
a
yeah,
coach having over a decade tenure,
yeah.
that's few and far between.
Yeah, but it's a tight fraternity. I will tell you that
Yeah,
the scouts are very tight with each other, and we appreciate each other's jobs, and we appreciate their privacy in regards to having conversations about players. And some guys are good at hiding what their true feelings are about the player, and some
right.
guys just tap, and you can read them
Spill the
like a
beans.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but some people last. I don't have the answer for you as far as what the tenure is, but I'm working on 10. So
Fantastic, Lou. And
yeah,
to do anything for a decade, you must be
yeah,
doing something right, buddy.
yeah. That's where I
So,
keep telling you, for almost 40 years.
well,
Mhm.
something I wanted to get into here quick, Lou,
Yeah,
was the time last year that you were able to free up for, the
yeah,
Tweed Oil Kings and everybody involved there, and just what your thoughts were on the
yeah,
year and just the hockey
yeah.
in general.
Well, this is the
Well,
biggest thing I'm seeing on your DB is here, 2021-2022 Tweed Oil Kings,
yeah,
EOSHL assistant coach Lou Crawford.
yeah. Right.
The
Yeah.
highlight of your career.
There you go.
Was for us.
I'll tell you something now. Like, when I first heard of this, when Johnny when we were talking,
Yeah.
I was, my hair stood on the back of my head, because the way he was portraying it was too good to be true.
Yeah.
And so we kind of sat down. We did a lot of talking, not only Johnny, but everybody in the fraternity, of how we were going to get this team here.
Right.
And I had said that, well, my schedule, if I can get in here, I would help out as much as I could. And I tried to get as many games as possible,
Mhm.
which I was able to do.
Yes.
And
Yeah, you were at quite a few. Yeah.
Sure
yeah,
were.
I loved it. I love working with kids. I don't care if they're 40 years old. I still consider them kids,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you can see that glare in their eye that they want to play the game. At the end of the day, it's just about playing a game.
Yeah.
And when there's a guy that's taking it a little bit too serious, you can pull him aside, and you can have a quick little chat with him, and give him a wink, and tell him to, let's really focus in on what we're doing here, and let's try to try to all get on the same page here. And that that commitment, I wish I could have done it full tilt,
Hmm.
and be able to be there all the time. But when I got there with um, at the games, I truly enjoyed the atmosphere that was around the a room, the bus, outside, in the community. and
It's
more importantly,
infectious.
Yeah.
at the rink. And I told this to the guys at the end of the year. I got really choked up.
Oh, I almost cried, Lou.
Oh, were you? Oh, so you
I
heard
was
it?
in
Okay.
there, buddy.
I didn't get to hear
And
this.
I've told the
Yeah.
story already to people, but I've
Okay.
never
Dave keeps
said
telling
what you
me
said.
about. Yes.
And I never say it because
Yeah.
it was for the people in that room. And
Yeah, that's right.
I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's that. But
Yeah.
all I've said about that situation was what you said to those guys.
Yeah,
It really, it meant a lot. It was
Yeah.
amazing what you said, and
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah,
man.
and it's just that, that's what I enjoy about. That's what I enjoyed about going to the games.
Yeah, and you were
every
right,
Sunday.
100% right.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it, and they couldn't see the outside noise that was happening. But
No,
Yeah, they didn't know
Coach,
No.
what they had done.
yeah,
Yeah.
and because I played in so many different small towns,
You've been in a lot
where
of rinks.
where we've had kids that, matter of fact, they sometimes even send me mail, reflecting upon when they were youngsters, and I'm going, wow, I
Wow,
must have
that's
really,
awesome.
really hit them or something, like
Yeah.
with whatever I said or did. Maybe I gave them a stick. I don't know, but
But you did something
You
for
left
them
an
to
imprint.
I
remember
did
it. You
something.
left an impression.
So, but that's what I got. It was just like a balloon that was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was just happy to be part of it.
Yeah.
And as
Yeah, it
I
was
said,
fun to hold on the balloon.
yeah, it
I-
really was.
I feel the same way.
That's a great way to put it.
I thought it was like,
Yeah.
and when it first started, it was like when John
Yeah.
approached me about everything. I was like, man, because he was
Yeah.
so excited about it. I said, what
Yeah.
do you need me to do? God damn it, I'll do it. I'll do whatever
Yeah,
you want me to
right.
do. If I have to,
Yeah.
get towels or something, I want to be a part of this. This sounds like this
Yeah.
could be something. And then what
Yeah.
it turned into, I was ready
Yeah.
to go to war. Well, when we were in, I think it was
Exactly.
Arm Prior there, and you were getting a
Yeah.
little wound up. I was
Yeah, I got a
ready to
little
go
worked
to
up.
war with you, Lou. I was
Yeah,
ready to take a
that's
few
right.
licks in the face.
Oh, I hear you.
You
Yeah,
know what I
get a
mean?
little
It was
worked
just,
up.
it was infectious, and it
That's
was
right.
it was just something, and it was awesome. It's hard to explain,
Yeah.
and it's carrying on again this year, right now,
Yeah.
I believe. But
And that's what I was kind of saying at the
Mm-hmm.
very beginning of this conversation, is that it's going to be ups and downs, and
right.
Yeah.
2 losses in a row, like, it's not the end of the world, and
Oh,
you guys found a way.
you're so
You
right.
guys found a way to win that game on the road, and now it's building up another little story, another little page, another little chapter
Yeah.
in what this is all about in the first place, of why you even brought the team to Tweed. And that's my biggest point, is that just like the Belleville Bulls,
Yeah.
they're gone. They
Yeah.
are gone.
Yeah.
The chances of them coming back
Pretty
are not
slim.
very good.
No.
You're right.
Now, if you bring it down to a little bit, and this is by no means is it downgrading anybody, but
Mhm.
in Tweed, you have a community that, it would be nice to see some players come out of Tweed that can go play the game of hockey, and here we go again, maybe possibly get something through the game of hockey. Could be a scholarship,
Yeah.
Oh
could
my
be
God, yeah,
That's
you're
right,
right,
Lou.
man.
could be a chance for, and these kids, if they have an opportunity to come watch these players play, maybe that'll help them get over that hurdle,
Yeah.
jump off the cliff, as far as maybe, wow, these guys here, they got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
And why is he getting crunched up against the boards?
Love of the game,
And
kid.
oh my God, he talked to me after the game. He waved to me or whatever. I don't think that he's going to give out sticks or anything, but
Mhm.
and that registers in your mind subconsciously, and that's what happened to me back when I just said, when I was at the Memorial Arena,
Yeah.
and I was and when we were at the baseball diamonds and all the rest of that stuff.
Louie, there's
All-
kids that signed
you-
up for minor hockey this year strictly because they
Yeah.
watched the Oil Kings last year.
Yeah.
Well, great,
There's
and that's
at
what I'm
least 5 that I know of.
and
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You start with 5. Next year it's 25.
Yeah.
That's right,
7
Lou.
Yeah.
next year.
It snowballs,
And-
buddy.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying, and I think they're they're bending over backwards to try to accommodate the people.
Yeah.
To come for $10, you go watch a hockey game.
A
Hello.
real hockey game. Like, that's what blew
Yeah.
me away. It's a
Yeah.
real hockey game. I thought it was going to be
$10.
like a glorified
Yeah.
beer league, and here it is. I
Best
wouldn't
$10
step 2
I've
feet out
spent.
on that ice, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
$10. Here's what I'm saying: $10. Like, you go to Tim Hortons. Or I shouldn't say Tim Hortons. I don't know if they're a sponsor. Or
Yeah,
not.
they're a
Yeah, they
sponsor.
are,
You can
Lou.
say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
say it loud.
She's
Yeah,
a
you
bagel.
could-
She's a coffee. She's something else and a
Yeah.
donut. And you're $10, baby. Like,
You're $10,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sacrifice it. Go watch a hockey game.
Yeah.
Go
That's
help.
right.
Yeah.
Go help
Do
somebody.
some with
Help
your
your
family.
community.
Yeah, because I take my son. It's a family outing. You know, my dad's
Mhm.
there, Lou. You
Yeah.
know, to us, it's and I think to the funny thing when I was talking to the boys like Corbin and Murray and
Yeah.
Braden and
Yeah.
all the boys last year,
Right.
I don't think they realize, Lou, how much those young kids meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that they meant to the young kids because
betcha.
you know, they're like, oh, Brad, they don't want my autograph. I'm like, actually,
Yeah.
they
They
do.
do.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
like it's a legitimate. They look up to you. I said, I don't know
Yeah.
why, but they do.
Well, there's a George Derry. We had George on the last podcast, Lou, and
Great. Yeah.
he
What a great guy.
like
sir.
masonry, big, strong,
Yeah.
strapping lad, played minor hockey in Marmor,
Yeah.
Madoc area, and then he's
Yeah.
like, he's signing a goddamn autograph,
Hardest, biggest
Yeah.
arena.
right? Like,
Hear ya.
that's something special for him
I
and
hear
for the
ya.
kid. Like,
Yeah, I enjoyed coaching George because he reminded me a lot of me when I played. Like, because I remember the first time I told him, I said, George, you're going. I said, I want you. You're up, and he goes, what? And I said, you're up. He goes, okay, coach. What am I doing? I said, go stand in front of the net. And he goes, but it's the power play. And I said, exactly. Get out there. And man, he almost scored.
Yeah.
He almost scored
Yeah.
on that shift.
yeah,
And that's what I mean. Like, there's things that
it's the little things
they
like
don't.
that.
Yeah, there's untapped things that these kids don't even know they're capable of doing. But
Mhm. Did you ever
but-
coach Corbin when he was younger, Louie?
I did, yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I coached Corbin, and of course, when you coach your son, it's always a little bit harder.
Oh, for sure.
And,
Yeah, I had that for 9 years, Lou. You can,
Yeah.
yeah, you're preaching to the choir here.
There you go. Yeah, with Brooksy, yeah. But funny because my father, he coached me,
Yeah.
and he coached me. I don't know why, but I actually do know why, because I was a little troublemaker.
You needed the most supervision.
Yes.
Everyone
Yes.
else,
Chaperone.
everyone
one.
else was okay. We just got to make sure
Yeah.
Louie doesn't end up in jail. That
That's
kind of
right.
thing.
You bet. You nailed it. You nailed it. But he was really hard on me. And he
Same
would
here.
come in after practice and he'd go, Crawford, in front of everybody, get
Jesus.
your gear on or you're walking. And that would be after a 5 o'clock in the morning practice. And
Oh.
blah, blah, blah. He was really hard during the game, but I would never trade it for $1 million
Oh,
because
Lou, I
Yeah,
have
it's
the
where you are
exact
today.
same story because
Yeah.
my father, he coached me for 9 years. He'd come in, the room and,
Yeah.
he'd rip a strip off of me and, I'd go home and he'd explain it to me in the vehicle on the ride home. He's like, son, I
Yeah.
had to prove an example to the team.
yeah,
He's like, you're my boy. He says, if I
Yeah.
pick you out of the crowd, I only have to speak to your mother and I'm okay
Yeah.
with it. He said, if
Okay.
I do it to another child,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to talk to
Yeah.
maybe the parent of why I singled out little
Yeah.
Johnny or so and so. So he said,
Or
whether you
police
like her or
officer.
not,
Damn Johnny again.
yeah, whether you like it or not,
Another
son, you're gonna
correct-
be the whipping boy.
He's gonna get caught.
yeah,
But I
That's
knew
right.
that going in.
yeah. That's good. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, holy Jesus, I think we could talk to you all night, but I know you got
Yeah.
stuff to do. But
I
are
got-
you
I
okay
gotta
still?
sleep.
Whenever you want to go, just say.
I'm good. No, whenever
you're
you
okay?
guys got to go. No, I'm.
Oh
good,
man,
yeah.
I'm telling you, we could talk
Oh, I
all
can
night.
throw
but
a 24 in
but,
the middle of the floor and just listen to Lou.
we got to get this before, because if it comes up that we're just gonna end or whatever, you got to go. We
Yeah.
got to get
Yeah.
our big question out there, and we ask this question of everybody that comes on the pod. Okay, so you ready?
All right. Yep.
It's a tough one, and I think I know
boy.
who you're gonna pick. I hope.
Oh boy.
This is for a 6-pack of Bud Light with 2 left in it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
So-
Yeah.
What's your favorite hockey movie from the list I'm going to give you?
Oh, okay.
All right. So A,
Yep.
Disney Mighty Ducks, B,
Mm.
Youngblood, C, Mystery Alaska, or D, Slapshot?
Well, it's definitely D, without a doubt.
That's
That's
my
right.
boy. Anybody
D.
that doesn't say D, I don't got time for. That's all
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
right.
say. That's it.
D, that movie gets funnier and funnier.
Every
I've
time.
probably watched it 100 times.
Oh, I think I
And-
Can't
watched
wait
it
to watch it with
1,000
my
times.
son, Lou. He's only
Yeah.
9, so we
He's not
can't
ready
quite
yet.
get there.
Nope,
but
not yet.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
watched it when I was young. Young.
Oh, young.
Young.
One of the parts I really like is when they're in the bar there and Paul Newman, the guy, they come up, hey, you got to work on your power play. So we got to do something about the power play. He says, yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's 2 guys in that movie that Bruce Boudreau,
Yeah.
he's there,
yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah,
Coach.
he's in it.
And Mav's in there.
Mav's in
Larry
there.
Mav.
Yep. Yeah, I knew that.
Apparently he's there as the Indian or something like that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was on the Syracuse team, I think. Wasn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, the Syracuse
Yeah.
Oh,
Punch.
shit. I
Yeah.
learned something new tonight, boys.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
You
Well,
make
no,
me
that's-
you make me sick when you speak, Muddies.
Yeah.
There you
How
go.
about the goalie, Jacques?
Oh,
guy-
Denny
where
Lemieux.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah, Denny. Yeah.
Who owns
Great
the
meat.
Chiefs?
Yeah,
Owns
and
them.
that's the ones where he's having like shock, like he's moving all over the place, and all around the place.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, that was great. So
Yep.
where were we? Corbin was born
Yeah.
in Boston.
No, he was born in Belleville, Ontario.
Oh, Belleville. You
But
were home?
but we went to Boston. Yeah.
Okay. So
He
were
was
you
born at home.
were you gone a lot then?
I was.
Yeah.
I was gone. Sherry stayed back, and we lived in Tweed. We
Okay.
lived on Cozy Cove.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Cozy-
that.
Not far from
There's
where I'm
been-
living, Lou.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
And
there
not
you
far
go.
from
Yeah.
your son,
Yeah.
where he's living too.
Cozy Cove.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We got quite
No,
a neighborhood.
We loved. Not we loved. We loved living in Tweed. It was awesome. We got to get to know some really good friends that we're really close with, and Tommy and
Oh, Blue Eyes.
Michelle, and Bruce and Laurie Palmetier and Johnny and Lisa Desjardins, and obviously everybody that we're associated with, that they've been associated with. We're glad that they accepted us, like into the pack sort of thing.
Mhm.
Because we were just there. I think we were there for 3 years, and then we moved. We had to move.
So you I think I learned this when we were at Jacob's wedding, but did you help coach a team back here too then with kids? When you were in that, or did
no,
you just
I
help
did-
them pick a team, or what'd you do?
Oh, I think maybe I.
Yeah, I remember. I think that guy wants to
Yes,
hit me.
I do. I
think that
remember.
guy wants to hit me.
Oh,
Well, and then
my
I said,
God.
"Well, Lou, you traumatized him. You ruined his whole
Yeah.
social structure.
Right.
Of course, he wants to hit you."
Oh, that.
That was funny.
That was a
oh,
good
yeah.
wedding, eh, Lou?
That was a good wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad I finally talked to that young gentleman. I thought I
that
started for
was
life.
classic.
Oh my God. We had a it was just great. What a relief of knowing that I didn't hurt him.
No,
I got
no.
a question for you, Lou.
Yeah.
You playing any old timers or anything like that? I remember a few years ago, Dad went on I think
Yeah.
you went down
Oh.
Niagara Falls. He had a riot with you there, and
Your dad is one funny man. And I love the jokes he tells me, and I don't remember too many, but I do remember the one. I can't say
There's
it
a
over the air.
few. No.
But yeah, he's good. And that I really enjoyed playing with that group. And it was a lot of fun. But on one of the Sunday morning tilts we had, it just got out of hand, like in the regular season, the
Yep.
Sunday morning
Yep.
league. And I just said to myself, I didn't sign up for this, and I'm done, because I'm
Yeah.
going to end up killing somebody,
Knocking somebody
with
out.
hockey. Well, just with my hockey stick, and I just said I want to just come out and play.
Yeah,
You
and,
know?
and whether he
Because-
asked for it or not, you'd end up as the
Yeah.
bad guy being with your resume. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
there.
So I don't, and then I played a few more tournaments, and I always loved going to those tournaments. Because we'd always
I
have.
know Dad had
They're a
fun
great
with you.
bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Great bunch of guys, and you'd have the odd pop and stuff, but it was just the comments and the conversations and the stories. Man, I don't know how people from Tweed tell stories, but
They're
wow,
good, eh?
I'm riveted. I am. I'm just riveted.
On the
at
edge
this-
of your seat.
Well,
Oh my
every
God.
time.
You know what I chalk it
Yeah.
up to, Lou? We don't
Yeah.
I think we're a little behind the times here.
Yeah,
Not
maybe.
Tweed people. I don't know if there's some real
Yeah.
techie people out there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you could probably lock about 3 Tweed people in a bathroom, and we're going to have a party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And some's
Yeah.
probably going to get
That's
broken.
what I love about it. I really do. I just love it. Yeah.
Well, we're going to let you go, buddy, because I know that
Okay.
you got to get up early in the morning. And we actually have to work in the morning, but I
Well,
can kind
Mr.
of snooze for the
Crawford,
first
thank
little bit.
you for every minute.
Hey.
And if you could ever do this again,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
'Cause this we could literally
oh
talk
man, I
all
could
night.
sit here all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could too. This
Yeah.
is great. I'm glad you guys gave me a call, and I really think you guys are doing one hell of a job as far as you know, doing what's the right thing to build up this team, and more importantly, to have conversation and dialogue. Because that's what makes the world go around, baby.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate that,
What?
Louie.
Yeah, and it goes. You know, those are unsung things unsung hero type things that people don't take. You know, there's always the naysayers. You know,
right.
it's never going to
Yeah.
work. And that blah 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 blah.
Well, we're
But
trying our
it's
hardest to
people-
make this happen.
Yeah,
Part of the
It's people like
solution,
you to
not part
keep
of the
it positive.
problem.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
and
it,
anytime
buddy.
I can help out, you guys call me anytime. You betcha.
Well, we really appreciate that. And
Yeah.
I also appreciate your business over the years, except I got
Yeah.
one more little thing to you because we had to eat craft dinner for a couple weeks. The next time I'm on holidays and you decide to buy a vehicle, why don't you just wait a couple of days till I'm back? Okay?
Yeah, there you go. You're gonna have to blame that one on Sherry.
Thanks,
I hear you,
Sherry.
Dave.
Yeah.
I
We
hear
couldn't
you.
eat steak, but we ate craft dinner that for 2
There
weeks.
you go, craft
Appreciate
dinner.
it.
Yeah, we bought two off you, and we
No,
and you missed
I
out
know.
on the third.
I
I
just
hear ya.
joshing, just joking.
I
I was
hear you.
golfing when you bought it with old
Done
blue
it.
eyes.
Yeah. Okay. All
All right. Well,
Okay.
again, we
Okay.
really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hope that'll be a good game you get to watch tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, Vancouver, Edmonton.
Oh,
You
my
bet.
Oilers.
Will they be probably have their full squads, wouldn't they? I would think. Maybe
Oh yeah,
not.
yeah.
that'll
They're gonna have a full squad. It's gonna be a tough game, but
Oh,
we'll
well.
soon find out. That's why they get paid all the big bucks.
Yeah,
That's right, Lou.
right. All right, Louie.
Jeez.
Well, thanks a lot, man.
Okay.
I can't
Well,
thank
thank
you
you so
enough.
much, Lou. Thank you for your
No, I
time,
appreciate
and
you
taking your time.
you've
Yeah,
got
I
my
appreciate
word.
you guys.
Yep, I'll
Yeah.
definitely keep an eye on Corbin on them bus rides and be a good
Yeah.
mentor.
Yeah. We were probably
Okay.
helping him along, not really.
There you
Not- yeah.
Yeah. Okay, boys.
All right.
Keep going. Keep the winning going. We'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Thanks,
Louie.
Louie.
Thanks, man. We'll
Okay,
talk to
boys.
you.
Thanks again.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Oh my God.
It doesn't get any better than that, does it? We could have thrown a 20.
I don't
thrown
even
a
know how long we were
24.
talking for.
It didn't matter.
I didn't
goes
care.
timeless when you get talking to a dude like that. Isn't he
There's
awesome?
just so much there that you could talk for a week straight. I think.
Sherry,
Yeah, don't let go of
she's
that
the
guy.
brains of the operation. I
100%.
shouldn't say that, but
No, but
you
don't
need
let.
to get
yeah.
that pen to paper
Yeah.
and write some of this stuff down.
He could write a book, man.
Well, a book.
A
I think we
novel.
could have a sequel to the book.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like some of the stories, like we didn't even scratch the surface.
No,
of
we
this.
didn't. We kind of blew through 20 odd years of like, yeah,
27
man.
games in the NHL. Like,
Yeah, like
we just went
kinda
through.
grazed over it like it was
Oh, he was
nothing.
roommate with Ray Bork. He sat
Oh
beside
yeah,
Cam Neely, like,
I was sleeping beside
holy.
friggin' Hall of Famer
We
Ray
didn't get
Bork.
to his brother Mark that won the Stanley Cup with
No,
Colorado.
oh, let's be honest. Mark, all he had to do was open the door. Peter Forsberg, Joe Sakic, your goalie's Patrick Waugh. Come on. No, the whole Crawford family.
Yeah,
He-
I got to coach his. It would be his nephew,
Yeah.
Danielle, his sister's boy,
Okay.
and Jacob Jan. What a good young man.
Yeah.
Yep. Couldn't say enough good stuff about him and a good hockey player.
Yeah. Well, Mark's one young lad is actually a video coach for the Chicago Blackhawks, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I learned
So they
another
just
thing
keep
tonight.
getting, like, they're just, the family is, you know what, though? The old man, Floyd.
Mm.
What blew me away was that he said, like, what am I going to do, Dad? Go talk to Mav.
Yep. Yeah.
Go talk to Mav. That's what kept it going for him, right? Like,
it's pretty inspirational, when you hear,
10 years.
Yeah.
Hammering or whatever the heck, and at the propane place, and then back into hockey.
Yeah, I remember when he was in
Awesome.
the propane truck.
Yeah.
And, I was working up in Bancroft, and they said, "Oh, Lou Crawford was up here."
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
what a guy!
It was hard.
That was awesome.
It was worth the wait.
Oh,
Like, I've been trying to get him on here for 2 weeks.
Isn't he it's just like talking to your grandfather, like talking to a best buddy, talking to just
he's a gem.
Effortless conversation there. And just like when I ran into him at the wedding, we could have sat there and drank that bar dry and not moved.
Oh yeah, that thing with Gretzky was hilarious, man.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Brett
standing
Permo, I
there.
love how that
I'm
big
standing
Gretzky.
there. I'm standing there, and Louie's looking at him and goes, "You see that big guy over there? He's looking at me like he wants to punch me in the face."
Not Brett.
Oh no, it was hilarious.
Oh, he's a great dude.
Yeah, no, it was funny.
But wow. And his wife Sherry.
Oh, Sherry's a gem. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, how much fun I had with her last year. Every time I walk in the rink, a home game, 9 times out of 10, I was going to run into Sherry. If I didn't run into Sherry, she was always supporting the booster boards, and just one of those people. As soon as you see him, you smile.
Yeah.
Right. And
It's a class family, that's for sure.
Oh,
I sold them truck, car, and that's when I first actually met Sherry. Like,
Yeah.
I've known Louie for quite some time,
I
but
met her up in St. Ola when I was 15 years old at
Is
a
that right,
corn
eh?
roast. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. But they probably don't remember me back then. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's funny things stick with you, right?
yeah. Well, we still got to recap that game. So, it's time now for Coach's Corner. Here's where we recap the game from the weekend. We were in Glengarry taking on the Glengarry Pipers.
Yep.
And we won 5-4 in overtime. Brooksy, how'd you see it?
Well, want to hear it? Here it goes.
Let's hear it.
So, got on the bus with Thanksgiving and everything like that. I totally understand. We were running a little short, road game and all that. Had 3 lines of 5 defensemen. And anybody that knows, that's played any senior A hockey, that's a tough crew. To not play 4 lines and 60 in this brand of hockey is
you need it. You just need to have it there as a presence.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah. So the boys and I and the other coaches and GMs and everybody, we all had a talk and got a game plan together. And next thing you know, puck drops for the first period. We get out there and get out to a 2-0 lead. Or, sorry, 1-0 lead after the first. Jeremy Yearwood broke the ice for us.
Jeremy Yearwood with a beauty.
Yeah, lots of chances for Year.
He had quite a few chances.
Yeah, he had a couple more in the slot. And, as long as you're getting chances, right?
And he was assisted by, the first goal was assisted by Kevin Ayers and Adam Ostrapak.
Yep. So we got through the first, up 1-0. If you would have told me we would be up 1-0 after the first, I'd take it.
Yeah, that Glengarry Pipers team's no slouch either.
No, they're a good hockey club. Great
Excellent.
organization. Treated us fabulous.
yeah,
Had to thank their head coach and everybody involved with them. They hooking us up with pizza joints and it's just classy. Great group of people. And it was their home opener, Dave. They had the fog machine going, playing introductions, and
it was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it was too bad we couldn't ruin Christmas on them. But
well, what do you do? That's hockey.
Yep. So we got through the first period. We were up 1-0. Started the second period. Andrew Reinhold scores, assisted by Kudo and Shelley.
Kudo.
Yeah, that line's buzzing, isn't it?
Yes, very dangerous line out there.
Yeah, like those boys are buzzing. All three of them seem to be on the same wavelength, and yeah, it was looking real good. And then I never complain about refereeing or anything like that, Dave, but we got a penalty call on us, which with a 2-0 lead that I thought was fairly questionable myself, and ended up scoring on it. And the next one they scored on was icing they waved off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an explanation I happened to get when I was asking for it
didn't
behind the
understand
bench. No, the referee dropped his whistle.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No, not okay.
that can happen, I guess.
But, well, you blow it down. The other guy blows it down. You don't wave it off, right? They
No.
score, I think it was 10 seconds later off that icing they waved off.
Yep.
Which I don't cry over spilt milk.
Nope.
It is what it is.
Yep.
So 2-2 at that
ties
point.
it up to 2, yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a little nervous, but with 2 seconds left in
2
the second
seconds.
period, our man
Kudo.
Captain Clutch, oh yeah, Brandon Kudo, assisted by my old buddy
Number
Buckwheat.
22.
Yeah, Braden Lore, got us up 3-2 going in. So we had the good flow, good mojo going in.
Yeah.
You know, our line management was decent. We weren't taking penalties. We stayed disciplined. So I was feeling good going into the third period. And quite frankly, if you told me we had the lead after 2 periods with 3 lines and 5D, I
would have been ecstatic.
yeah, I've been happy, 100%. So third period starts, right? And they scored 2 quick ones.
Okay, bad bounce on that first one, though. We shot it back into our goaltender's pad. It popped out, and then they popped it in.
Yeah, let's take a minute here when you just said goaltender.
Oh, my
and
God.
Yeah.
Webby.
What a performance, Webby.
Stood on his head, man.
Folks, if you haven't seen the live stream, this guy was kicking the pillows out left
He
and
made some
right
saves
and center.
that he had no business making, and he
Dave.
made them.
There was one I was already getting the guys line up at center.
This is for Webby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was one heck of a goaltending performance.
Yeah.
What do you have? 50 saves?
I think
Right
so.
in that area, anyhow.
Yeah.
So, you know, after we got through the penalty that I didn't agree with and the icing call that they waved off because the referee dropped his whistle, it was 2-2.
53-50 with the shots on
53-50 for the Tweed Oil Kings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, we start the third period. They score 2 quick ones.
They're up by 1.
Yeah, they're up 4-3, and I'm like, God darn it! You know, like we had come so far. We had held the lead all game. We were never trailing at any point in the game until then.
No.
But that just shows the resiliency, and that showed me a lot of these guys I went to war with. Well, not really me. They were the one taking the hits.
Yeah.
But there's no quitting this hockey club, Dave.
Nothing.
4 minutes left.
Didn't look any. Didn't look.
Boys
any
were
different.
worn out.
Yeah.
They'd seen a pile of ice, 3 lines, 5D. They went out there and tied that game up. Brandon Kudo again.
Again.
Get
With
used
the big
to saying
salute.
that,
With the
folks.
big salute.
My man. From Reinhold and Braden Lore again. So, yeah, we're
It's
riding
funny.
that high.
Just to stop you for one
Yeah, hit
second
me.
there, I can remember this.
Because I've
on
seen
the-
it from behind
yeah,
the bench.
so on the live stream, I remember this point. So in the third at 13:05 left, when Glengarry went ahead by 4-3, there was some time in between where we got down to almost in the 5-minute mark, and I can't remember. I think I said something that if we're going to do her, boys, we got to do her on this shift. Here comes the big boys. Then Kudo and Rhino and Shelley. Braden was out there, and I think Corbin was out there. I said, we got to do it. We got to do it now. And what happens? They score on that shift.
That's right.
Awesome. The place went quiet. There was 140, 150 people in there, I think. It just deadened day.
Other than our bench.
Yeah.
We
Or
were
you could
vibrating.
hear the boys, man, over the whole place in there when that happened. It was
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was almost like one of those meant to be moments. And
Yeah, and I said at this point when it was 4-3, I says I want the boys to win so bad, but not for me. Like not selfishly, I want my team to win. I wanted it for them. They went up there with a short staff because of Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
And these guys worked so hard that I wanted them to be rewarded with a win, man. But
yeah, and they bought in, to
they played
everything.
it to perfection. That was a
Yeah.
perfect road game.
Yeah, like we had a game plan. We talked about it on the bus ride
Mhm.
down, even before barely we left the Walmart parking lot.
Yep.
We all had a team chat and things were hashed out, and we understood the brand of hockey we were going up to Glengarry to play that
Yep.
night. And yeah, the mindsets were there, and then the overtime started.
Oh,
Okay, we'd already got the
we
point,
ran
and I
into some
wasn't
penalty
really.
trouble before that, did we? I can't remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
ran
yeah.
into penalty trouble
time.
in the overtime.
In the overtime, yeah.
Yeah, Tomahawk,
Yeah.
Tommy Clement, myself, we were doing our best to bite our lips, and definitely ran some penalty trouble, killed off some big penalties.
The overtime was 10 minutes.
And with 5 minutes left, our man number 16,
Oh, Rhino.
yeah, that line, wow,
Powerful.
kudos, Shelley, Rhino, sister from our boy Adam Ostrop.
Ostrop. And you know what?
Pate.
Ostrop.
I think.
Adam, I swear to God, we'll get your name
AJ.
right, man. Yeah.
That's what he told me to call him on the bench.
AJ?
Yep, AJ.
Okay, because I was going to call him Ozzy.
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk to the young lad,
Oh,
but I think he'd be good with that.
No, we say who gets what nickname. Buddy.
Okay, true.
But,
yeah, you don't
but
get
if he
to
wants
choose your-
AJ, AJ's good.
I like AJ.
I like
It
AJ.
worked for me.
Yeah, I
and,
like it.
So,
AJ played a
hockey
great
player.
game.
Yeah, he did, man.
Best game he's played, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And I told him that.
Well, it's his second game, right?
Yeah.
He's a young man. He's getting used
He's
to
young.
Well,
What, 22?
22. Yep.
Playing
I liked
with
everything
men.
about him.
Yeah, me too. His
Yeah.
hustle in that game was awesome.
Oh, yeah, he taking hits for the puck. Yep. The young man was finding his stride. and
Yeah.
You know what? To play with this caliber and these grown, like some of these men,
Oh,
you got Murray Freeze on the other side of the ice and
Yeah.
Darren Doherty's on the other
Yeah.
teams. We got experienced men.
Yeah.
For a 22-year-old man.
to go out there.
Yeah. Yeah, AJ had a heck of a game, Adam. Yep, he
Yeah.
played well. And Dustin Mainz,
Mainsy was on fire,
Horse.
winning draws, battling.
just a workhorse, man.
When I look back, because when you're doing the live stream, you kind of it's tricky, like you're watching the game, but you're watching it through your phone camera, whatever the heck you're using, and you miss stuff. So what I like to do is I like to come home and I like to rewatch it.
Yeah.
So we got home at like 3:00 in the morning though, so I didn't watch it.
It was 4 by the
Saturday
time I
night.
got to bed.
Yeah, no doubt. But I watched it the next day, and what I noticed about Dustin is he had some chances that I didn't even see when I look back on the gameplay.
Puck falls, that guy.
Yeah, man. And I was really impressed with the way he played. I was impressed with everybody because everybody played. Like Jeremy Yearwood, he played awesome, man.
Oh,
that guy
yeah,
could have had
Year.
3 goals that
Yeah,
night. Year.
Year was buzzing, and he broke the ice for us, got us on the scoreboard, and yeah.
But when Rhino
was
scored
such a
that
team
goal,
effort.
man,
Oh boys,
I thought he was out of the play, and then boom, he puts it top shelf.
right over the goalie's
Right
shoulder.
over his shoulder, man,
just-
from an angle where it was unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it.
Beautiful goal.
Yeah, I was actually speechless because I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't want to go 0-3.
No,
You don't want to go
No.
0-3. I wasn't going to hit the panic button by any
No.
means. Don't anybody in oil country think that,
but we deserved to win that game.
Dave, those men deserved everything they got, and that they should be proud of themselves, and they should be proud of the way they carried themselves. Just an absolute team effort
100%.
from front to back.
You nailed it right there, Brooks.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Right from the goaltender up, man.
Yeah. Like
Everybody contributed. Everybody did their job.
nobody
everybody did
was
their
ahead of the
role.
club.
No, it was
We
a total team
all were
effort.
pulling the rope. We were all towing the line. We
Yeah.
all had the same goal, and that's something I'm a firm believer in.
Oh yeah,
One person thinking or believing one way isn't very powerful.
No.
But you get 20 men thinking the same way, believing the same thing.
dangerous.
Watch out. Watch
It's
out.
dangerous, and it's
Yeah.
contagious.
Yeah, and it was contagious on the bus
Oh.
right after.
Friggin' right, man. Yeah, everybody was following
Oh, baby.
suit. That's a long
Happy
ride too, eh?
Thanksgiving. 3 hours to have fun on that one, boy.
Start the bus, Hal.
Oh,
Start the bus,
yeah,
Hal.
that's a great call.
Oh my God.
GM Johnny with the fist pumping too,
Oh,
going
yeah,
down the hall.
coming down the hall.
That's emotion, right?
Yeah. Well, I was saying, I said start the bus because literally we're on the road, right?
Yeah.
And I'm up in the crowd. I was dead center in the middle, and everybody was all around me. But I was the only one excited when Rhino scored, right?
Yeah.
So I'm coming down the stairs, screaming, "These guys!" And they're all looking at me like, and I'm like, "Oh Jesus, get us out of here!"
Oh yeah.
And then I ran down to the when they were coming off, and I'm glad I did because that's how I got the Johnny fist bump.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Oh,
If you don't think that
classic.
game meant anything.
Oh, jeez. And then the boys in the room, they were so stoked, man, and they deserved it. I mean, it was
I ended up a little
awesome.
wet.
Yeah. Can I tell what you did?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking. I'm sitting there. So there's 2 rooms split, and they got a middle in the room was the shower, so the 2 rooms connect, right? And I see Brooksy come in, and he goes over to the wall, and he's like messing with his collar, and I'm like, what the hell's he doing? So then he comes through the hallway, and he's obviously got his shirt torn a little bit, and then he goes into the room where the boys are, and he Hulk Hogan's it and just rips it right off. I go, boys! I don't know if you've ever seen him without his shirt on, but he's like GSP when he dropped down to like featherweight, just skinny Jack little thing. And the boys just went nuts. It was spectacular.
That
man.
was
Then he
fun.
got trounced in pop.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out in the morning when I woke up. And
You
I,
smelt like you were at a
no,
brewery.
my eyes are almost
Oh,
like
sticking
glued
together?
together.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, oh yeah, Deb McCain gave me a beer
Yeah,
bath.
that's why.
Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, I
great
couldn't be
night.
prouder of them guys.
Oh
and,
no.
Yeah, I could spend all night with the bunch of arseholes.
Yeah, no. It was a real come-to moment. Because we had faced some tough teams, and then these
Good
guys are no
hockey teams,
slouches, man. These are
No,
like
no, they
we
aren't.
just played 3 juggernauts, in my opinion, and to pull off that win on the road, with a light bench on a Thanksgiving weekend, which makes total sense, to win it in overtime the way we did. Couldn't be any more prouder to be a part of that team that night. That's for sure.
Yeah, I told this to Braden and Laura. I said, getting that feeling again, man.
Yeah.
And he goes, what? And I said, I only had this feeling one other time. And next thing you know, we blinked our eyes and we're first ever all Ontario Juvie all Ontario champions in the history of Tweed. I said, I'm getting that feeling again, man. This group of guys, just the way everything's starting, the fairy tale, everything's starting to come together, going 0-2, taking a skeleton squad up to Glengarry, their home opener, ruining their Christmas, pulling one out 5-4. We got 3 home games, so get ready, Oil Country.
Yeah.
3 home games in a row.
We're
So
home
free
for a
up your
little bit.
Saturdays, yes, and we're going to have some fun around here.
So finishing up the recap of the game, you got the third star was Kevin Housen from the Glengarry Pipers. He had a
great hockey player. He was.
For
I
his
believe
team.
he was number 27.
Yeah, I think he was.
You had to keep an eye on him.
And second star was Brandon Kudo with 2 goals and 1 assist, 3-point night. Kudo. And then the Rhino, first star, Andrew Reinhold, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points with the overtime winner.
Like, it should be a theme song for him and Kudo. All I do is score.
I'll make something up.
Yeah,
we'll make something up. Those guys make it fun.
Yeah, and we're going to have some fun Saturday. We
got
number 10, Murray Freeze back in the lineup.
Murray Freeze back, baby.
That's right. The captain's back. Darren Doherty.
Dort's playing?
Yes, sir.
Shut your mouth.
Yes. Well, one of the fan favorites there. Yep. One of the slickest hockey players I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
We're taking on the South Grenville Rangers.
Not just on the ice, off the ice, too.
Oh, class guy. That's the theme. You know that. 1 o'clock at the barn. We're playing the South Grenville Rangers. So I'm anticipating a big crowd for this game. So you want to get there early so you can get a good spot. That wraps up the game then, Brooksy?
Yeah, I'd say that's, I'm not going to get into the stories and the bus and the drives and the walks and all that.
That's
home and,
between
us
and them.
And the brick walls and the shoulders of the roads and everything else like that.
Big shout out to Hal.
Oh, Hal Trites.
Yeah, Hal Trites. He got us there safe, in good time.
He wouldn't let me mop the bus.
No, that's Hal.
Yeah,
I'll get it.
they say he's with us all year.
Yeah, that'll be great. Hopefully we have that
He's
bus
one of
too, because
us.
I like that bus.
Yeah,
Nice and comfy. It's a new one they got.
yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
Hal's part of the
Hal bought
team.
me my cheeseburger.
Did he?
Yeah. Big shout out. Hal, I owe you the next one, bud?
He's
This
the
guy,
best.
the guy that was at the canteen, quick story, you know me and cheeseburgers. He
Ricky.
he cooks all the burgers
Or Randy. I
and
guess that's
he immediately freezes them.
What?
Yeah. I was like,
What?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Puts it in the microwave, heats it up.
No.
Put juiciest goddamn burger.
Get out.
Yeah. Changed my whole thinking about it.
So did you come home and cook a 6-pack of burgers and freeze them?
It's too goddamn late. I didn't want to wake anybody up. But it was a tasty burger.
Oh, I was on my hands.
So
and
thanks
knees
for that,
coming
Hal.
in.
I owe you one. You know that. I'll look after you.
Yeah, he's
He's a class act.
a
Hal.
great supporter of the team, and yep, he's
Yep.
part of the family.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Hal's our boy.
We
Puts up with a lot of our baloney.
yeah, you know what? He doesn't ever complain about nothing.
Oh,
Just,
man, he's
where
the
you go.
best.
We're gonna
That's
figure out that
Hal.
Bluetooth though.
Yeah, we'll get that.
pissed me off.
Yeah, all you gotta do is get Hal on her. He'll get her fixed up.
Yeah, we'll get that for the next one. So the game's recapped. I don't know if you're watching the Facebook page at all for your Tweed Oil Kings, but you want to tell us about the George Dairy home jersey there, Brooks?
Yeah, pretty neat little thing they got going on here for any Oil Kings fan that would like a official Tweed Oil Kings jersey. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's no other way to get one.
No.
If you want a Tweed Oil Kings jersey, there's 2 ways to get one. Either win the draw with George Dairy, and there's going to be 3 more also, folks, just so you know. We're going to do 3 other players throughout the year. There's a limited quantity. So there's only 40 stickers available. So, you know, it's not like you're 1 in 100,000 to get
You
the
got a pretty
jersey.
good chance.
Yeah, you got 1 in 40
Yep.
if you buy 1 ticket, right?
I didn't do very
I'm not
good
a
in
math guy,
but
but you
I think
know,
that's good odds.
Yeah, it's better than 649. So 1 in 40 chance. Only way to get a Tweed Oil Kings official jersey. You'll be the only fan in the stands with them because they're not for sale.
No.
I can't even get one.
I can't even get one.
No, man. No.
It's bullshit.
And the only other way to get one is to have a set and to play on the team. You got to make
Yep.
the hockey club.
Yep.
So either you win this draw or you play on the hockey club. If someone asks you how you got your jersey, it's 1 of 2 ways.
After watching what I've watched, I'm buying a sticker.
Yeah, you ain't going to catch me outside.
Catch me outside.
Not tonight.
So if you're listening, listener,
Yeah,
you need to buy
yeah.
some stickers.
Our one listener,
Yeah, if you're out there,
it's he or she.
get on the horn. 478-2535.
Yeah, you can buy more than one.
You can buy more than one. No one's
Yep.
telling you can't.
Yeah, and once all the stickers are sold, we'll draw, and that person will be a number 7, brand new too. Not the old jerseys because we
No,
have new jerseys
new one.
ordered. These will be the new jerseys.
Yep.
And autograph number 7.
So
George
the
Dairy.
other way to do that is to you can either call the number I told you, which is 613-478-2535. That's the municipality office, or you can email rhardesty@tweed.ca.
Very good.
And then lastly, sponsors.
Can't forget our sponsors. Steve.
Can't forget our sponsors.
If without them, this don't work.
This bus don't roll.
Nope. We got square tires, and she ain't taking off.
No.
So let's get at her.
Start us off, buddy.
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons of
Yep.
Tweed.
Yep, big supporter of them right now. My young lad, he's right into the hockey cards they got going on.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
Is he
yeah.
buying them up like crazy?
Oh, Dad, get a pack of cards. But you know what? I love it.
Do you?
I love. Yep. I'm gonna be honest with the listeners. I did take advanced classes in high school, but the way I learned to read, folks, was on the back of a hockey card.
While you were chewing gum.
Well, no.
You didn't chew the gum?
Well, Mom would take that, but I'd sleep in my bed and I'd be reading the hockey cards.
that
And Mom
right,
would come in the morning to wake me up, and I'd have them stuck to my face and my arms and everywhere. Because most people don't understand. We didn't have Nintendo. We didn't
Oh,
have,
shit.
like a hockey card was a game to me,
Yeah.
right? So
I did the same thing, but some of mine, a lot of the pack ended up in the spokes of my wheels or up in my bedroom while I was reading.
yeah,
at
my
night.
old buddy, well, not my old buddy, but a buddy of mine, Sean Gully.
Oh yeah.
Gull and I do a lot of hockey pools and stuff together and stuff like that. And when we were doing the back, he's like, Brooksy, how are you so good at spelling these guys' names and like where they, I was like, Sean, I grew up reading the back of a 1980s OPG hockey card and be
Yeah.
like, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Brian Bellow. Not that Bellows went to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, but that's how I learned to read and stuff like that. So
Pretty crazy. If you're
Yeah.
into that kind of thing,
yeah.
my wife doesn't like this, but my mom used to own when you remember when cards came back with a like vengeance about
1990, the junk wax
1990.
era. Yeah,
So my mom had a store, and that's what they sold was hockey cards.
really?
I've got all that stock left over. I've got cases and cases of them.
All right, that's pretty neat, Dave. That's really neat. Yeah, I was always into the old vintage stuff, the old Peachy, like the Wah rookies.
I got a
and
Patrick Roy rookie card in.
Yeah, I
glass.
got a Gretzky.
I got a Doug Gilmore rookie card. I
Ooh,
got
yeah, that was with St.
Gretzky
Louis.
second year. Yeah, St. Louis.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's in a cube. I got two Patrick Roy rookie cards. I think I've even got a Steve Bancroft card.
Oh yeah, I got one of them too. 7th inning sketch.
All right. So Vito's Pizzeria. Actually, did I have a pizza last week? Yeah, I did. I to be honest with you, I like to try because I like to support my town, and there's a restaurant that I'd like to say, but they're not a sponsor, but I eat there too. So once a week, our family, when you get the busy, hectic family thing going down, you don't have time. So I always lean on like a Vito's to hook us up with a pizza because I can't cook, and my wife's an awesome cook, but she's busy too, man. So we like to lean on Vito's quite a bit. So we really appreciate their sponsoring the team, and also we would like to thank Scott Trudeau Trucking. Oh, construction. Sorry, I always mess that up because I know he has a bunch of trucks and dumps and stuff like that. And Scotty's a big supporter of the team. He's actually got a logo on the ice too, I believe. And we got Rayburn Insurance. If you need car insurance, call Rayburn because they can hook you up. We got Rosebush Fuels.
Yeah, let's not forget about Rayburn and Adam Wolfrey.
Oh, Wolfrey. Great. They're great. Like, how long has that place been there?
Whew, Gus and Adam, yeah, like
Long time.
yeah, fantastic and great support of the minor hockey and
Always. You know what? I think a few years back, I think
Good
they
peoples.
donated
good people.
goaltending equipment too.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't say
paid for
enough
brand
about the
new
Wolfrey
gear.
family.
Yeah. No, they're good for the town, and the town's good for them.
That's where we're at now, Davey.
Well, we got to go to our buddy.
Oh, before we get to his buddy, I want to give a big thanks to his father.
What?
Yeah. What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Jimmy Fleeler.
Jimmy!
Huge supporter of the club.
Yep.
Right from the first booster board, right to last week when I seen him in the lobby and he gave me a little bit of money to put on the booster boards to
Oh,
support
really?
the club. Yeah,
boy, Jimmy.
Jimmy
I
Fleeler.
got something in my mail
counselor.
from him. Yeah.
There's another
I got something
counselor,
from
folks.
him. You're in, Jimmy.
Yeah.
We got some
we got
pull around
Jacob.
here.
We got
Jacob
Jimmy.
in already.
We got,
We've already said Jimmy's in. You know who else's name I see popping up on here quite a bit?
Who's that?
Mr. Peter Valakat.
Yeah,
See
that would
him
be my
popping up
third
on there?
vote for counselor.
Yep.
Great hockey guy,
Yep.
great supporter, a
Yep.
good head too, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the kind of guys you want. Women, men, whatever. But
Yep.
anybody.
Yep, you support
We're
this
inclusive.
hockey club. We're going to give you some love, and those are my 3 votes for counselor.
Yep.
Just saying, but not saying.
And whose father would he be?
Well, that'd be Mr. DCW.
DCW. Dirty crack. Oh, hang on. We got to give him the echo.
Oh, he deserves the echo.
Dirty crap welding.
He was watching the game on
Yeah,
Saturday.
he was there.
Yep. Yeah, he
Watching
grabbed
it
me at
online?
work Monday. He said,
Yeah.
gave me his recap on it. And what a great supporter, him and his girlfriend, Brooke.
Yeah,
You know, they are lights out.
yeah.
Absolutely lights out. And helmet stickers and, so many things Troy does for or DCW Welding.
Yeah.
Does for the team. And yeah,
I'd like to shout out everybody that was watching the live stream
let's go.
Saturday night. Obviously, I keep doing it, and I mean, I'm no professional. I enjoy it. It's funny. I get a giggle out of it. But if people want it, I'm not a, it's a long bus ride, but it's worth it if you're all getting something out of it. So
Well, what
I'll
we have,
keep
Dave?
doing it.
488 views.
Yeah, I think so. And it's gotten as high as like 7 something on a couple of the periods. But yeah, we're getting some.
Yeah, if
People are
700
obviously
people want to
watching it,
watch
so
this brand of
I'll
hockey,
keep doing it. Yeah, I
thanks,
got no
Dave.
problem with that. But I miss some of the stuff of the game though, which you know what I mean. But it's all good. It's all good. If you guys like it, I like it.
Dave, we love it.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And as this bus keeps rolling, man, those live streams are going to get bigger and bigger because I'm telling you, I got that feeling. I got that twitch.
Yeah, I got that funny feeling.
Yeah,
Too.
and my toes, man. Something special's happening here.
Is there anything else we need to address or discuss? Or
Next week, what we got going on next week? Like, are we gonna do this again? Who's our guest?
Well, I think
who do we got coming to town? Is it a home game? Is it a road game?
So we're home against the Rangers
This week.
This week.
And
then
next
the
week's another home game.
We got another.
Yeah, let's
one.
go over the schedule here.
Okay, so yeah, let me bring that up. We have schedule.
Yeah, just so people can get their ducks in a
let's
row.
Get
huh?
you all lined up so you can make arrangements.
Yeah.
My internet sucks. So we have this Saturday at home.
Yep.
We got the South Grenville Rangers.
Next 3
which are gonna be-
Saturdays in a row will be in Tweed, folks.
And then the next weekend, there we go.
The Smith Falls
Fall
Ritos. Great hockey team. Gonna be a wicked hockey game.
That's Saturday, October the 22nd, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, if there's a top 3 game that you're gonna want to watch this year, that one
Yeah, they're a good
that'd be
team.
up
That's
on
gonna
my
be a good hockey game.
Yeah.
And then we've got
Bytown.
Bytown, and they are good also.
Yeah, they grabbed a couple players from West Carleton, I hear, and yeah, Bytown's no joke. So
Yeah, they're going to have a good squad.
yep. So what are the next 7 games?
Podcast-wise, oh, sorry.
Yeah, Dave, out of the next 7 games, I was writing out the schedule just because of my son's minor hockey schedule with the coaching and all that. I was just trying to reference it. And the next 7 games, we only have 1 road game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we got a trip to Cornwall, and that's it.
As much as I like going on the bus, she's a track, man, some of them times, but it's fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sunday wasn't fun, man.
So we got a big homestand. That
Saturday
means we're
night
be on
was
the
a
road
riot,
later.
but Sunday,
Sunday was rough. I had to play hockey.
Night guy
in the
never
morning.
thinks a morning guy, eh?
No. Yeah, I had to
But
play in the
Jakers,
morning.
how could you not celebrate that one?
Yeah, it was. It would be hard not to. That's
Took
for
me
sure.
a while to get to bed, bud.
I got to talk to him, but I'm thinking our captain is making his debut this Saturday, and I think that
I've been speaking to him.
We're good to go with the podcast. Next podcast.
Oh, that guy, I tell you, anything for the team. He was already talking about the minor hockey. He wants to get things rolling with the minor hockey kids. He's a class act, and he's all about the community and all about our minor hockey organization. It's a big boost when number 10 Murray Free comes back in the lineup, and Darren Doherty.
Yeah,
you know he's a huge part of this hockey club too.
What about Soupy?
Oh, Jakey Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's coming. Yeah.
Oh,
Hunter Fargy. We're gonna
Hunter
get see.
Fargy. We're gonna see
Can't
Hunter.
wait to see that lad.
Me too. Right hand shot. Right, redhead kid.
I've been right from the opening bell when I seen him in the first tryout. I'm like, get a card on this.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting big things for Hunter and Nesbitt. Yeah, we got a lot of the boys. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice lineup, and we'll see.
Get there early, boys and girls.
Yeah.
I anticipate a big crowd coming this week. So I guess tonight's guest was Louie, and Louie was amazing. Learned a
get any
lot more about him. Real class act.
We
like
got to
you
have him
said.
again, Dave.
Oh, we 100% got to, because I mean,
We didn't scratch the surface,
no,
man.
we grazed over a lot of
A
his
lot.
lifetime really quick.
Well,
and I
he's
just
such a
there's so
humble
much.
and modest guy, right?
know.
Like, he doesn't want to elaborate
No,
on
I
himself,
know.
but
But we
like-
got some good stuff.
his hockey DB is
It's
it's a read.
it should be it's almost 2 pages.
It's a
Yeah.
read.
You got to scroll down.
Yeah. Yeah, what a hockey family. And just a blessing to be around the Crawford, Sherry, Corbin.
Yeah, the whole family.
Wow. Good stock comes from good stock. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, 100%. So, I think we're good. So, folks, we will see you this Saturday as your
Yeah, get your tickets, guys. This is
This is-
ramping up.
yeah.
You're gonna see this Tweed Oil Kings team here. I don't want to jinx us. We're gonna go on a run here.
Yeah, it's exciting times.
Yeah.
So once again, thanks a lot. A ton of thanks goes out to our man Lou Crawford.
Mr. Crawford.
Louie. He'll be at the Edmonton game tomorrow night as they take on his Vancouver Canucks.
How jealous am I?
Jealous. Other than that, folks, have yourself a great week.
Get your tickets for your George Derry jersey. Only 40 available.
Next podcast, your captain, Murray Free. We out.